And good evening from 10th and Jackson, Quincy Notre Dame High School. This is MechaSportsCo.com and Quincy Notre Dame Lady Raider basketball. And welcome to the pit. I'm Jeff Wellman on this Friday night, the day after Thanksgiving. And we're ready for a good matchup here as the QND Raiders come in 2-0 on the season. First one was on the road against Hardin Calhoun, winning 54-29. And then last Tuesday you saw it right here and heard it on MechaSportsCo.com. The QND Lady Raiders with a big victory, 64-42. And that was over Keokuk. Leading the way in first two games, we had Sage Stratton. She's got 14 in the first game, 22 in the second. And following her with a 14 in the first and 15 in the second, Ari Bueller. It should be exciting here. It's part of the shootout here, the Gully Transportation Shootout. And part of that same team is, of course, for me, it's Coach Dave Pettit. And, Coach, we've been seeing some different basketball. We've had a chance to be on the other side of town, both for the girls and boys. This will be my first chance for the boys, both of us.
Yep.
But the girls, we've seen them, and they're picking up right where they did left off last year.
Very athletic. They get after it on the defensive end. They turn the ball over and score, which is the recipe for W's in high school basketball.
Get the ball down the court, and, of course, we're playing tonight Althoff Catholic. They come in 1-2, won their first game of the year against Cahokia, 62-23. Lost to O'Fallon. Imagine that, 62-19. We got a good look at O'Fallon.
Good team. Very good team.
And a very good team as Quincy High lost. Did a good job of going after it inside with Jada Brown. But they lost and then just lost to Breeze Central, 65-23. So they play a tough schedule.
Yes.
And, of course, in that conference as well down there. And as you can tell, after a big win the first game, giving up 62 games in a row for losses.
Well, yeah, and you look at it, it's like feast or famine, with Belleville Althoff. Either they're very good and they win big time, or they're very bad and they lose big time. So we'll see what happens this weekend with the Lady Raiders and the Lady Blue Devils, because we will see them tomorrow at, was it Blue Devil?
I believe 2 o'clock.
Gymnasium or
it's Quincy High's gym, actually, because we're always calling Baldwin Blue Devil Gymnasium. So we stick with Quincy High on the girls' side, and it is the high school you graduated from.
Yep.
I believe probably as a freshman maybe, or the year before is when they moved over from the old school at Baldwin. So, that game, I believe, 2 o'clock tomorrow. Let me do a double check while we've got everybody. So we'll come on from there, and then we'll cross over and pick up Quincy High, who looked good last night. And then after a good run by Wendell Phillips, came back and put the finishing touches.
Well, it was a little bit tighter than they would have liked, but once again, without Mr. Longcore, it's going to be a lot tougher for them to, pull away and win ball games. So it was a good workmanlike effort. You saw 6, 7, and 8 come in and help out, which that's what you want to see.
Well, what you never want to see is a 26-point lead disappear down to 3.
Well, yeah.
But we'll talk more about that when we're on the other side of town, as we will have Springfield Lamphere against Quincy High, and we should get updates tonight from our buddy across the way. We're also going to be sending him updates from this game, and he also will give me the updates from Iowa's. The running score, everything looked great last night. I couldn't find 2 points in the third quarter or 2 in the fourth. Who to give them to? So until he gives it to me, I won't post it. So if you saw that last night. You talk about this, Dave, and I talked about it Tuesday. You did the other day, too. The story program out here, definitely the most storied as far as bringing home the trophies. Because, state tournaments, we had 30 regional titles, 18 sectionals, 13 super sectionals, and then a split up, of course, under Coach Orrin. I believe it's more than 3 state titles, maybe 4. And a second and a third. He's got over 520 victories, and the team is according to start off, they started with 996 at the beginning of the year, 2 victories. That's 998.
Yep.
We could see 999, and then we'd have to turn around and get a text on Saturday. And we're not going to see it on Monday. I do not believe, but you just don't know. And with Althoff Catholic, the nice thing is both of the town Raiders and the Devils, they get a chance to look and kind of compare to what they might be when we get together and battle. So
well, and these two teams are preparing for the regionals, sectionals, quarters, so on and so forth. That's what these two teams prepare for. If you don't get to that, it might be a torn season, a season that's not worth it. But that's where these two teams start out now, and they're looking for, let's get better, let's go to the state tournament, and let's win this sucker.
And that's always the key. You never lose or win the state title early in the season or on any given day until the end of the season.
Yep.
So.
God, I love this. The pit. Nothing better. Nothing better.
And, of course, that's Tom Vanderboer on the call. He'll be going to the Hall of Fame tomorrow night. They'll start off number 5, Amelia Disler. Number 12, Brooke Gillum. Number 23, Emily Travisek. Elena Lesser. And rounding out the starting lineup, Camaro Davis. And they're coached by Bruce Romine. Althoff Catholic. They're wearing their blue and gold as well in reverse. Blue with the gold in it. On the other side, we've got the Raiders wearing their home white, trimmed in blue and navy, or Vegas gold. We go Sage Stratton wears number 4, Lauren Hummel number 12. Excuse me on that. With that as well, Ari Bueller, number 20, Jenny Durst, and wrapping out Tristan Pieper. There's your starting lineup there for the Raiders. Now 2-0, of course, coached by Eric Orn. And helping him out down there, Jennifer Gilman is what I say when she played at Culver, and I actually broadcast her games. It's now Jennifer Durst. Her husband is Jason Durst at the HLG, and she was coaching at the college levels as well. Of course, her daughter is Jenna. And we're ready for basketball, folks. Tip goes up. Raiders get the tip. Pass. Good cut from the right side, and Sage Stratton starts off the Raiders. And immediately they go into the full court pressure, and it runs like a 2-1-2 now. They've flattened that thing out a couple times, so there's 2 or 3 players trapping hard.
Way too easy for the tip. One pass, easy layup. Nobody stopped anything. So,
and of course, you're listening to Raider basketball, Lady Raider basketball, here on MechaSportsCo.com. Jeff Wellman along with Coach Dave Pettit. Top of the key, Stratton works the left side. Durst dribble, looks 4 on the perimeter, 5 on the perimeter now.
Oh.
Pieper tried to go backdoor cut with her pass. Right away, it was taken away. It was red. You can't stare at the person you're going to throw the ball to, especially on a backdoor cut. Inside pass. Nice shot there by Davis. I like the assist even better, and that was Travnicek. Thank you there. 2-2. Lady Raiders in the half-court set. Ball left side. Here's Ari Bueller. Looks for a shot. Now she drives, kicks it out right side from the 45. Lauren Hummel, no good. Good, strong, weak side rebound. Sage Stratton, she's got 4. The Raiders have 4. And Althoff Catholic with 2 and another turnover. And it is
looking good for the Lady Raiders, especially on the weak side rebounding there.
Ball inbounded. Ari Bueller, she's looking. She's starting to make a drive. Will pull up. Nice little shot. Just off the iron. Rebounded by Davis for Althoff Catholic. I had to think about what their nickname was. I drew a blank there, Coach. Almost a trap in the corner. Goes inside. Davis is inside. And standing her ground was Durst. Ball was knocked out of bounds. Last touched by the foot of Durst. Will be Althoff Catholic under their own basket. 2 on the post. A screen away. Davis going, and they're going to call the first foul of the game against the illegal screen. It'll be number 23, Emily Travisak. There you go. We both were saying it a couple different times. First foul of the first quarter, team foul-wise. Across the timeline, Pieper just off the left elbow. Check that, the right elbow from where I'm sitting. Durst drives in hard with her left, off. Little touch there for Jenna Durst. She's in the scoring column. Raiders lead 6-2. Althoff loses the handle of the ball. Here comes Sage Stratton. Looking at a 2-on-2. Does a little hesitation, kicks it out to Pieper. Pieper now brings it in front of the basket. Oh, and a great move by Tristan Pieper. The big 6-footer went from the right wing right to the elbow and then just kept taking it to the opposite side with the left-hand layup.
That's what happens when you push the ball down the floor, and it's maybe not a 2-on-1, 3-on-2. That was a 4-on-3 right there. And then a little shovel pass, easy basket.
And that wasn't, and I love the way Pieper, right away she saw it and she brought it out to the lane.
Yep.
And like Ari Bueller too. Bueller really does a good job of hesitation with her dribble, and then the lane picks back up. She either go to the basket or she'll kick it out to a wing for a shot. And you love when they can create like that. 3-year starter, of course, Bueller.
Yep.
Back out of the timeout, Bueller, Durst, Pieper, Hummel, and Stratton. The way the game started off, we've played about 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Exactly, by the way. No, check that, 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
You're good, man.
My math was a little off there, though. I felt it whack with the ruler from St. Dominic's, so watch out. In action now, Althoff Catholic with the basketball. 3-quarter court.
Very interesting that the 6'2 girl's bringing it down.
That's what I thought, too. She has a nice height there. She's a little slow with her dribble up, but, hey, at that size, that's awesome. Here come the Raiders with the lead.
I'd much rather see her in the middle of the floor catching it, turning, and passing it. Because she's got good ball movements.
And you can tell she's 6'2 because
Yep.
Tristan's 6 foot.
Yep.
Ari cuts in the lane, kicks into the right corner. Lauren Hummel shot no good. Oh, long rebounds come out. 3 of the Raiders were there waiting for one of them to grab it, and here comes Althoff Catholic. Davis picked it up. And we got a foul on the drive on the other end. Will be the Raiders' first timeout, or first foul. Yeah, I like that. All the firsts that were there. That went on Jenna Durst. At the line for Althoff Catholic. Hitting the first one, Amelia Disler. She's got one more. And that cut the 6-point run unanswered by the Raiders. Second one no good, Durst with the outlet. Down to Stratton. Stratton goes all the way over to the left side. 3-pointer no good. Lauren Hummel with a strong rebound. Bueller took the shot. Bueller has the ball and brings it back up. Stays on that left side. Hummel looks. Stratton to the reverse it to Pieper. Pieper, one dribble, and now tries to go the other side instead of making 2 passes. Althoff Catholic with it. And another thrown away basketball. Brooke Gillum came down, and she just launched it over the head of her big girl.
Yep.
That's kind of hard to do.
Well, yeah. Very hard to do. But
see, I don't think they listed.
We've gotten a little helter-skelter here the last 2-3 times up and down the floor. Let's get a good set now, get a good look, and, take it from 8-3 to 10-3. Up there we go.
Nice little finger roll coming down the lane from Bueller. Just rolled out, and here comes Althoff Catholic. When you're so used to throwing Belleville in there, and we've been playing Belleville West and Althoff and everybody else.
Yep.
Here's a steal by the Raiders. Long pass from Stratton. Way to get back on the other end. That was Elena Lester. Tips the ball out of bounds where the band will be later on. I won't start anything there either because, Quincy High girls have a band down there one end. So Bueller triggers it in to Pieper. Right side Stratton for 3. No good. Stratton's got such a nice high arch. We talked about her bringing down the rain or the snow at times. Maybe by the end of the weekend it will come down. Long cross-court pass. Althoff brings it back out. Smart idea. Disler has the basketball. Where's number 5? Raiders are coming in full court man-to-man, or actually half court man-to-man once they break. Disler dribbles down Bueller. Still on the right side. Trying to go inside. The big girl takes it out into the corner. Pieper's all over her out there in the corner, smothering her. Gets it back out. We're inside 4 minutes left. First quarter action. Raiders lead. Lady Raiders 8-3.
Great ball pressure by the Lady Raiders.
Shot clock would have had it off a couple times already. Lauren Hummel tips it into the backcourt.
Oh, over and back. We'll take it.
I don't know if he didn't have the angle. We're the only people that had the angle on that one. I mean, we really are. And, of course, the official says, I didn't see that. And he couldn't have where he was at. Bueller will trigger. Down here in the right corner. Stratton will turn, fire, long and over. Rebounding on the far side was Davis. Davis outlet. That is Lester. Lester left wing. Bounces inside to Davis. And we've got a foul from behind. Into the ball game, Marie Eversman. And that was actually Marie's in there, but they called it on Meredith. She wears number 2. Marie wears number 5. Team second for the Raiders. One team foul in the first quarter for Althoff.
Sometimes when you change up, you get a little, guarding a big, and you got to take it.
In transition, Raiders, right side Bueller. Left dribble brings it across, right by the left elbow. Stratton in the left corner, and they call her with a quick step. And Sage will drop back on defense. Your lineup right now, Meredith Eversman up front, actually Bueller up front. Eversman and Stratton at the next level, Durst and Pieper deep. 3 minutes exactly left in the first quarter. Dissler still got in the backcourt, and a turnover. Stratton has it. Bueller over here on the right side. Good first step. Gets by. Misses the shot. Rebound taken there by Reese Dissler. Obviously relation of Amelia. Almost looked like Amanda for a second. Left side skipped over to the right side. Ball out of bounds as I was trying to pick up the recent sub. And another turnover, almost in double digits in turnovers in the first quarter, it seems like. I'd say at least 4 or 5.
At least.
Bueller's going to bring it down. 2:20 left in the first quarter. Raiders with a big lead, 8-3. 5. It's been kind of stale on both teams scoring the last few times down the court. Stratton drives in. Stratton does such a good job of weaving the defender. She took it all the way through 3 of the Althoff players.
3. I was going to say 4.
I was going to say it might have been 5 of them. She might have came by and ran by everybody on the bench as well.
Yeah, I mean, great drive, great moving through the Althoff defense.
Like a running back almost, and I know her brother was quite the player, both football and basketball. And need to double check on how he did this last year. I believe Ball State. We'll get an update on that. Althoff Catholic has 2 minutes left in the quarter. Gets in the half-court set. Isabella Border with that basketball first. Came back to the top for Dissler. Dissler being guarded by Bueller. Eversman snuck through on the top. All the way down the block. Shot no good. Tipped around. Althoff gets the rebound. Another shot at the offense. Border with it. Brings it back up the top. Kicks it right side with a bounce pass. Reese Dissler took it down into the corner. Tries to go into the big girl. She's working one-on-one against Jenna Durst. Oh, and a good step down, too. Just a seam opened up, and she stepped in for 2 points. Trafasek with that one. 10-5, 118. Bueller shoots for 3. No good. Weak side rebound, Jenna Durst. Jenna shuffles around her defenders and the trap, and Pieper was there for the recipient of the bucket.
Very nice, unselfish look.
Yeah, she had the position looking back out.
Yep.
Here's Meredith Eversman with the steal in the backcourt. Inside 1 minute. Bueller looks in for Durst. Eversman starts to drive. They go into Jenna Durst. She turns around with that left hook. Oh, no good, and it's so soft that it bounces around the iron. This time bounced away. Althoff has it. Maybe not the scoring you expect to blow out, but the Raiders have done a fantastic job on turnovers and on their defense.
Oh, defensive end's been incredible.
And that's where it really starts with Coach Orn's team. So if you're a little sluggish on you've got yourself covered. Inside 30 seconds. Try to go inside. Pieper reaches up and gets the steal. Tristan across the timeline on the left. She's going to bust and go.
Good move.
Now she kicks it back out. Durst lines up for 3. Good. Jenna Durst for 3. Pieper with the assist. Nice job of driving to the hole when she got stopped, just turning and dishing back out to the left wing. Down to 5 seconds left in the quarter. Dissler tries to go inside. Durst is right there for a steal. And she looks and says, didn't have enough time. First quarter is over here at the pit. The Gully QND tournament for Thanksgiving, as they've had. Of course, they've got McClure coming in. The boys just lost McClure as the QND boys won 68-37 in the game right before. And I have not got, well, you know, now that I checked that, I have not gotten a score earlier, but 31-17, the JV girls won earlier. So we started off with the JV girls against Althoff, excuse me. We come back with the boys playing McClure, the girls playing Althoff on this level, and then the boys picking back up for the night with McClure.
Yep. I tell you what, this is a great weekend for basketball in Quincy. You've got the Notre Dame Gully Classic, then you got the Blue Devil, which has been going on forever.
And you remember this tournament started as a weekend Friday-Saturday tournament.
Yep.
Some pretty good competition out there. Then we dropped into the whole week thing where they'd start on a Monday, Tuesday.
Yep.
Notre Dame wouldn't play on a Wednesday, come back for the weekend. And after a while, then it went back to, hey, we're going back to the same one.
Let's go.
And don't bring as many teams in. Make sure our JV teams get it. So starting the second quarter off here at the pit, Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit, MeccaSportsCo.com. Starting off the quarter, Althoff will have the basketball. 15-5, Raiders have the lead. Playing a great defense, and there it is again. Sage Stratton with a steal. Oh, and a nice shuffle pass underneath. But it was a great hustle by Althoff. Number 2, Sam Marish, and she saved that pass from being a 2-on-1 easy layup. Meredith Eversman to trigger. Everybody's on the opposite block at the elbow. Actually, excuse me, elbow, not the block. Raiders get it in. In the high post is Pieper. Check it. Maria Eversman came in on the break. Has some of that same height. So both Eversman, Stratton, Hummel, and in the left corner now, Jenna Durst. Ball around the perimeter, into the high post. Love it. It goes in and out of the high post, quickly back out to a wing. Good ball movement for the Lady Raiders. Cross left side, Hummel into the high post. Back out, Eversman into the right side, Stratton. Stratton gives a little head fake, drives baseline, no good. Crashing the board hard is Lauren Hummel and steals it from 2 of Alton Catholic in the post. Shot up, no good. Who's there again? Hummel. And we'll have a jump ball, I would have thought, but they called it right. They fell. Davis fell, it was, and even though Hummel had a hold of the ball, it's a turnover.
Great hustle with Hummel, you know, on the offensive glass, getting on the floor, trying to get the ball. Lady Raiders are doing a great job at that aspect of the game.
Lauren had a great defensive night the other night. Great at rebounding. Didn't score. Didn't have to. We talked about that in the postgame. Hummel on the high post. Trying to pull it away. We'll have a jump ball, though. Good hands by Isabella Border. It will stay on this end with 6:37 left in the half. 15-5. QND with the lead over Althoff Catholic. The Raider boys sitting down there in their warm-ups. Looks like old gray sweats and white shirts. I love it. Bueller right side at the 45 to Hummel top. Stratton on the left side from 21.
Ooh.
Just off the iron, but who is there to pick it up? Lauren Hummel on the putback. Nice job, Lauren Hummel. Forgot to change the quarters here on myself. So I'll start getting behind. 17-5. 6 minutes left in the first half.
Once again, the defensive effort by the Lady Raiders, giving up 5 points in 10 minutes. You know, unbelievable. Unbelievable effort on the defensive end.
Ball out of bounds. Alton Catholic. 2 at the top of the key. In the far corner there. Couldn't see who that was. Ball gets inbounded. That was the key for anybody who wants to get in. If you don't have an automatic play, just get the ball in and set your offense.
I always wanted to score.
Oh, if you can. Exactly. Lauren Hummel with a little too much aggressiveness there. She'll be called for her first foul. Third team foul. That is still the first half. Second quarter. Oh, no, we go back to it, don't we? So that was their first. That's the reset formula I have to get used to. Althoff Catholic in the right corner. Our big 6-footer there, 6'2", with the basketball. Emily Trevnisic. She's backing it out, looking for a screen, does get it, brings it all the way to the left side. Marie Eversman doing a heck of a job keeping her away from the basket, 22 feet in the right corner. Good job by the Lady Raiders. Man-to-man action. Trying to go inside, quickly back out. Raiders just are not giving you anything close. Those high percentage shots are being shut down immediately.
Well, the offense that Althoff is running is not conducive to getting buckets.
Little back out there from Davis inside, clearing out Pieper. Throwing it inside. The only person who was there was Tristan Pieper for the Raiders. She's bringing it down. Kicks into the right corner. Bueller back high. Eversman to Stratton. Stratton will stop at the right elbow.
Oh.
Just a little wrong on the back of the iron. Stratton got the rebound. Down low goes to Pieper. And Tristan will shoot the first free throws for the Raiders on the evening. Travisek. Her second foul. First foul in the second quarter. 4:45 left in the quarter. KJ Brinkman out here tonight. He used to be a longtime manager for the John Wood Community College Trailblazers. Tristan hits the first free throw. She'll get one more. Substitutions coming on the other side. Trevnisic is still in the ball game, low. Davis still in the ball game as well. Lester. And getting the rebound on the missed shot there, Reese Disler. Sister out there, Amelia Disler, not in the ball game right now. Left side picked it up. Stratton was right there and Hummel as well. Still man-to-man. Trying to go around two screens is Lester. Shot taken on the right side, rebounded by Stratton. She's all over the place. Outlet, three-quarter court, down the left side. Oh, and a good job of Tristan. She was in the left corner. She looked to throw it back out to Bueller. Got the big girl on her hip a couple times and then did a reverse layup for the score.
Oh, another steal.
In for the layup is Stratton. Sage Stratton with another one. She had 6 in the first half. 2 here makes 9. Right behind her is 7 with Pieper.
Well, it's obviously the Lady Raiders have just retooled, you know, especially with, you know, your sophomores and juniors making such a huge impact, you know, on the game.
And we've always been able to reload. We talked about, I was saying, who did you forget about? The one, Streck. I'm going, wow, we can forget her as the all-time leading scorer. You know, she graduates and Blair F. Tank graduates. So you lose a little bit of, you know, your scoring. But we do. We had some young players sitting here, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we don't have a senior on this squad.
Well, you know, Pieper's a sophomore. Bueller's a sophomore. Durst is a sophomore. You know, Hummel's a junior. Gosh.
We turn right back around and another, you know, and reload again. So timeout was taken again. Raiders go down to theirs. I don't know if the officials were talking about a call. I just thought we had a timeout and everything was all hunky-dory.
You are correct. No seniors at all on this Raider roster, Lady Raider roster, which, my goodness, this is, you got height, you got athleticism, you know, you get out there and pressure the ball in the defensive end. I mean, shoot, you've given 5 points up, you know, in the first 2 quarters.
I look down lower. We've got some players coming up with, you know, the brothers. Of course, Jace Allensworth plays for the Raiders. His sister is on this squad, Lakin. Oh, and I'm not sure if the Bozarth, if Ellie was part of the Bozarths that we had coming out of here. Tyler was the last or not. Right now we're missing Sierra Thomas, and it sounded like when Coach first talked about her that she'd be in that lineup as well. And Thomas, I can't remember what year Sierra is there. So that's pretty good stuff if you got her sitting there just wait. Oh, she's the freshman, so watch out. Out of the timeout, 4 minutes left in the first half. Raiders come out of the timeout with Lauren Hummel, Sage Stratton. Guarding right now and guarding tough is Marie Eversman. Pieper's inside, guarding the big girl. And Ari Bueller is your lineup there for the Lady Raiders.
Foul, number 5, Marie Eversman, her first, team second. Number 11, Riley Fairbairn, number 20,
Marie Eversman got whistled for the foul. Second for the Raiders in this quarter. Ball gets inbounded in the left corner. Coming in from a screen, Emily, we might change her name about every time we say it. I figured out now with Bueller how to say her name here. I'll give you that in a minute here. Backdoor cut, and that was Riley Fairbairn. First score for her, and it breaks that 12-point run by the Lady Raiders, 22-7. Raiders lead, driving hard to the hole. Pieper has it knocked away. That was Dissler in there, Amelia Dissler. So it'll be out of bounds on the baseline for the Lady Raiders. Bueller to trigger. Sage Stratton, little 12, 15-footer, no good. Lauren Hummel, the offensive rebound. Raiders get another shot at it. Yeah, here it is. Bueller with a shot, no good. Off the side, here goes Althoff Catholic. In transition, Dissler, right side. Stratton immediately stops her. Hummel picks her up a little bit as well. Reverse around to Gillum. Gillum off the elbow back at 24 feet, now at the top of the key. Bueller on her. Exchanges out on the left side. Fairbairn to the right side. Lobbed inside to the big girl. Pieper doing a good job of muscling up. We got a triple team out there. They finally kick it out to the right wing. Missed her right off the bat. Lester was playing, got it inside. It came back out to Lester. Lady Raiders double teamed on the baseline, knocked out by Bueller and Eversman. So
in for the Crusaders, number 15, Reese Dissler. In for the Lady Raiders, number 21, Jenna Durst.
This is kind of amazing to watch because Belleville Althoff is a pretty good ball club, and the Lady Raiders are just strangling them on the defensive end.
Yeah, and they're holding the ball too long. When you get into a double and triple team,
there
here's Bueller with a steal. Going to go coast to coast, the left-hand layup, and she hung it out there a little bit too. Ari Bueller.
Once again, you know, good defense turns into easy offense.
Bueller double team with Hummel in the backcourt. And a double dribble. A little frustrated there. Again, Bueller, you know, a lot of times it's Ari. It's Ari, and you think of her being a good shot. Well, she's not shooting any air balls, so Ari is real easy to remember now. Kind of like the John Wood guy when I had to do the PA. Couldn't recognize his name. Finally, when they said ka-chow, I had it. Inside low,
Great
nice
pass.
move on the big girl. Pieper with the left-hand hook. She's got 9 in the ball game.
Great pass by Hummel.
And Lauren's doing a heck of a job in everything. Stepping on the sideline, pressure, bumping Althoff Catholic out.
She's playing the point on the 1-2-2 full court press, and at 5'11" with her length, oh my goodness.
Lady Raiders with the basketball, 2 minutes left, first half action. Stick around for half court. And we missed a little something in the pregame as we talked a little bit, came in late. Our coach's comments from Coach Pettit, brought to you by Kunis Auto Group. Kunis Hyundai, Kunis Honda. I flipped them over this time. Go to kunis.com. You can pick up either one. Shot was blocked there. I'll tell you what, Meredith was kind of shocked, Eversman, that it was blocked from behind and on the side of her. Minute and a half left, first half action. Yeah, we'll be talking about Kunis enough that, they'll kind of back off for a little while. That's okay. But it is December 17th, Festival of Lights, Kunis Day. Althoff being pushed out behind the arc all first half. Jenna Durst reaches up and steals it. Durst comes left side. Pieper will go down to the left corner. Lauren Hummel. Lauren with a drive, kicks it back out. Ari Bueller into the post. That's Pieper. Opposite side, what you're supposed to do. Good looking shot by Jenna Durst, just wouldn't go down. Coach, I know you love it when they look opposite.
You got to look oppo all the time, and good shot, good look. It'll start going down.
Top of the key. Lester takes it right side. Inside the arc, partially blocked. Ball's on the floor. And Marie Eversman comes away. Check it. Meredith Eversman comes away with it. I get the sisters flip-flop once in a while, and they don't look, one's tall and the other one's a little shorter. Eric Orm with 30.7 seconds wants to put something out there on the board. So we'll get a chance to have a 30-second timeout. 26-7. Lady Raiders led 15-5 in the first. This quarter, 11-2. And the defense, like Coach said, the word is strangling.
Yeah, defensively, the Lady Raiders have gotten out after it. Deflections, leads to easy baskets on the other end. So if they keep doing that, I think they'll be okay tonight. Hopefully Coach Orange drawn up a play now. Let's see what we got. We might see this maybe the quarterfinals or the,
How about the regional first
sectional
game
final.
even?
Well,
You got to get one step. We
Well,
always
the-
talk about
the-
that,
the-
one step at a time. But
well, this is one of those things where, okay, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what we got to do better, and use it later on in the year.
and of course, after 30 seconds, I'll be able to work on my numbers as the QND band is up and ready to get rocking.
Oh, that looked like Bruce Douglas and Michael Payne there.
That was, I tell you, a tough
But,
pass
but
to
it
try to
didn't
throw.
work.
Yeah, that was trying to throw it to the other side to a cutting peeper. And a traveling call. Good defense. Say Stratton had the big girl,
Yep.
and she had nowhere to go. Nobody was helping her. So a steal and another opportunity with 18.9.
Well, let's see if we can set it up. And usually I used to go 10 seconds. Let's get into it.
Pass to the top. Sage Stratton, top of the key. Gets a pass. And a roll from Peeper. Peeper's shot no good off the front, down to 6 seconds. Nice little play there.
Oh, yeah. Pick and pop.
Baseline shot. Oh, my. That was a tough one because Eversman was coming from behind. Bueller was coming from the other side. And then they're coming in and taking it all the way as Reese Disler for the bucket. And that's how we'll end the first half here at the pit. 26, the Lady Raiders, 9, Althoff Catholic. I'll do scoring, and Coach Pettit, what you think so far?
Well, once again, the defensive end, is where the Lady Raiders are hanging their hat on. Getting the deflections, getting out, getting easy baskets. That's what's led them to this 26-9 lead.
And you know what? Now it's time for us to kind of sit back a minute, and we're going to turn it over to the QND band. Here at halftime at the pit, QND Lady Raiders up 26-9. They started off in the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, leading 15-5, and we thought, wow, that was a lot of great defense out there. We didn't get a lot of scoring out there that we thought, but then as we look, we got shots. We had opportunities. It just was, you couldn't get the ball in the basket, but the defense was just tough.
Well, when you look at it, 26-9, there were 3 or 4 shots that we could have got and should have went in. So, I mean, it could very easily be 34-9 right now. And like I said, the Lady Raiders, they're hanging their hat at the defensive end. And defense wins ships.
And the key last Tuesday, came out against Keokuk. One little run in there. We got a little 7-point run. But after one, we were only up 20-10. I say only because, again, very aggressive out there. But when you look at 4 quarters at 20, that means an 80-point game. That's pretty darn good.
Yep.
Second quarter, they cranked it up. Led the first one, doubling up Keokuk 20-10. At the half, just under that, 40-22, so we didn't quite get to the double up. Keokuk, though, came out at the start of the third quarter, put up immediately 8 points, unanswered by the Raiders. Shared one back and forth. Then the Raiders went on a nice run of 13 points, actually 15 points, to close out the third quarter. That was the biggie right there. After that quarter, 57-33. Got into the fourth quarter, and the Lady Raiders led 64-36 until the last 6 points for Keokuk. Won the ball game 64-42. So impressive that they put up 42, but it was the beginning of the third and the end of the ball game where they picked up, 6 and 14 of their points.
I always said ABC, always be closing. To whether, it's the end of the third, you're up by 15, you've got your foot on their throat, and you go on a 10-0 run up by 25, and all of a sudden it's 35, it's over. Now, other way, looking at it the other way, if they go on a 10-0 run, now you're down to, 12, 13, and with the three-point line, it gets a little crazy, in high school basketball. Me and you never played with the three.
Right.
You would have loved it. I would have loved it. It would have probably added, 5 to 8 points on our scoring average, each one of us. But, nowadays, that's that little key thing. And it might come in the third quarter. It might come in the second quarter. It might come beginning of the fourth. So, it's one of those things where you keep pushing, keep playing hard, keep defending, and, things will turn out like they're supposed to.
Yeah, Coach, I'm not sure the three-pointer would have helped me in high school, but it definitely would have helped me in all the leagues I played after that, because just figure out translate what 52 points in a game is with a few three-pointers in there.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole nother legend in my own mind in that one, in the old rec leagues. That was actually a Culver intramural game. See, the only reason I knew that, my ex-roommate from Camp Point, by the way, played for them and actually coached here, Jim Masters, and went to the Education Hall of Fame last year at Culver. But the Camp Point Central Panthers, #1 in Class 1A. The team they beat is quite both teams did a real classy job, but congratulations, Central Panthers, state champs. We're ready for the second half.
So they beat Lee Wynn today?
14-0.
Oh, my goodness.
2 scores.
I mean, Lee Wynn, that's from up where I'm at.
4 straight state champions from them. And still in the opening toss-in by Althoff. So the Raiders will go with Bueller, Stratton, Pieper, Hummel, and Durst. Durst has it left side, back to the top of the key. Pieper starts to dribble to the right, hands off to Stratton, then lays a screen on her. Pick and roll. Pieper started to make a cut. It wasn't there. Back out to Stratton. Working the right side of the court. Now it comes back over left. Hummel looking for a cutter. Stratton was coming through. Ball gets reversed. Look at the set right off the bat and the patience by the Lady Raiders. Pieper.
Good ball movement and great. Oh.
Great passes that finished with Lauren Hummel and an easy layup. Did you see who passed that one, Coach? I missed it.
No, I did not.
That was a good assist, no matter who it was, because all of a sudden we looked away. Here's a steal. Hummel, in, out, other side. Durst, she gets the putback.
Durst.
So here's where the Raiders, and this is what I was going to say, Coach. I always like to, not only coming out of timeouts, but in quarters.
Oh, yeah.
Start your quarter out strong. And
Another steal.
Lady Raiders are doing just that. Stratton hands off to Durst. She'll go back to Lauren Hummel at the top of the key. In the high post, Pieper. Right side Durst behind the arc at the 45. Stratton comes over. Ball goes to the opposite side. Makes it halfway over and comes back to Stratton for the three. No good. She's just been off a little bit there today. She was on the other night. Rebound, Alton Marquette. We'll throw them in there too. Althoff Catholic.
Alton.
We got them all in there. Let's change opponents in mid-game. Checking the lineup here for Althoff. Now you got me, Coach. I'm going to be Alton in the head. Trenisic turns. Pieper's there. No good. Bueller gets rebounded over her. And then Bueller leaned the hands forward a little bit. I thought she had some good defense there. It will be Aries' foul. It'll be her first. And the first of the third quarter. First, third
You're
bank.
still getting used to that, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, that was the first third bank. I had a hard time getting used to that. Oh, thank you, Coach. We were at halftime, and we were so busy paying attention to the QND band that we forgot to spin it back for you. At the line, Amelia Disler. First free throw good, second one good as well. I'm glad you caught that. The band was great, but they can't play this quarter. Good offensive transition down the court. Lauren Hummel with another score.
Way too easy from Althoff Catholic on that one.
32-11. Lady Raiders with the lead. Third quarter, inside 6 minutes. They go into the big girl. Comes down to the right corner, short corner. Quickly back up to Disler at the top of the key. Gilliam's on the right side. Davis now comes up to the high post and gets it. Good defense on her. Pieper had her. Weak side rebound and a jump ball. It will be the Lady Raiders as Bueller, one of the smallest players on the court, came in to get that jump ball on the big girl.
Weak side rebounds, you better put a body on somebody or somebody's going to come in and get it.
Lady Raiders have the basketball and a nice 21-point lead. Bueller starts to drive down court. Stratton looked at the three. Back to the top of the key to Pieper. Pieper with the dribble over. Man-to-man coming out of Althoff. Nice drive down the right side, down the baseline a little bit. Got an angle there, and Lauren Hummel will be at the line to shoot two.
Lady Raiders are a machine right now. You know, defensively, offensively. They're doing it on both ends of the floor.
And that foul was on Lester. Hummel's first is no good. I believe that is Lester's first foul. Now my shift into the second half. Hummel on the line, missed the first. Lauren's second one, nice high arching shot. Oh, and it gets a nice touch. Rattles a little bit when it came down, but it counts all the same. She's got 5 in the quarter, 7 for the ball game. Althoff Catholic. They go into the short. Mid post there, and a nice little turnaround shot. Travnicek. She's only got 4 for the size, and she's a good-looking athlete. On defense now, and Pieper turns her strong, looks right, goes back left, and off the glass. That was a nice shot, Coach.
I think she's practiced that a few times,
and
with the left hand.
And Tristan was one that when she was back in 4th grade those years, her sister Logan, who's a senior, was a manager, and I think it might have been last year. And so she was a guard and a little hustler all over the gym, a little gym rat.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I saw her out here last year at 6 foot tall, and she's got the ability to move that body. So, and she's got the height. She does a real good fundamental job. Backdoor cut from a high screen. Pieper pulled it in with the left. Out to Hummel. Her ball was partially touched, but then flying in for the boards, Sage Stratton, and as she flies to the floor, gets knocked down by Althoff.
I think I saw a foul there.
Yeah, and I think Coach Orn was kind of a little frustrated, but he realized I'm up 35-13.
Yeah.
We'll take the next transition
You got
down.
to pick your battles.
Exactly, and that's not the one you want there. Substitutions coming. Jenna Durst back into the lineup. Also Meredith Eversman in the lineup.
My wife always told me that. Pick your battles, and you'll be okay. And I'm like,
What was that again? Happy wife, happy life?
Oh,
That's what
I
they
guess.
say. Into the left corner, shot by Althoff, no good. Weak side rebound.
Nice box out.
Oh, and Pieper had it, and it
Off
just
her hands.
went off a tip, and that was it. Bueller, Eversman, Durst, Pieper, and Eversman. So we got both Eversman in.
No, I think you're good.
Ball goes into the backcourt, and Althoff will bring it up. Halfway through the third quarter. Lady Raiders 35-13. Right corner. Good defense from Pieper. Oh, hanging on and trying to get a shot off.
Oh,
and with
good
a steal,
help.
Marie Eversman just took it away. Durst in transition. Into the corner. Shot no good. Weak side rebound. Almost a foul by Pieper. Shot was taken by Meredith Eversman from the right corner. Helping out across the timeline. Kimura Davis. Ball goes into the post. Got a bounce pass in like you like to see from your guards. And Pieper couldn't get around, so she reaches up, fouls. Her first personal foul. Second team foul in the third quarter. Yeah, we talk about the second this, second that. That's what I always loved about the fifth third bank, or is it the third fifth bank? I always wanted to see the 2 streets.
14th bank.
Yeah, well, it was 2 actual streets in England that cross. Raiders take it away on the inbounds. 35-13 with the lead. Durst looked at a 3, passes it up, comes over to Stratton after passing to her on the right side. Pieper, who plays out at the point, hit a 3 the other night. Skips over right corner. Durst drives in strong. Left, off the glass, no good. Rebound.
The thing
Althoff.
that's amazing about the Lady Raiders is everybody can make a pass. You know, whether you're center, forward, point guard, everybody can make a pass.
That's key, and everybody can play defense. And then you turn around, and at times you go, wow, everybody can play offense too. You get a steal and take it in for an easy layup.
I mean, as long as you run your stuff, I mean, the backdoor cuts, the screens, the pick and rolls, this is a very good Lady Raider basketball team.
Althoff does get it in, but not real easy. Stopped on the left side. Double team out there. Durst and Eversman. This will be whistled on Eversman. And it will be Marie Eversman, her second, and the team's third of the third quarter.
Well, and that's what you got to do. Get into them, physical, especially with the bigs, 15, 20 foot away from the basket. Make them put it on the floor and make a pass.
Disler for Althoff, Catholic. Picked the ball up a little far before she set the offense. Skips over to Lester. Lester got backed out right away by Meredith Eversman. Good defense. In the high post, Jenna Durst doing a great job on D. And a little step back there, and that was sticking with it. Travnicek. 35-15. Raiders still with a 20-point lead. 2:25 left in the third quarter. Ball's on the floor. We had 2 or 3 players on the floor from each team. And coming out of there, Meredith Eversman all the way over to the left side. Stratton saw such a lane to the basket. She forgot she had to put the ball on the floor before she took off running. That looked like her brother as far as his ability to go
She
strong.
got a little bit anxious there, just a little bit.
Yeah, her eyes got real big when she saw that. But you know what? They get big even when she cuts through the people. Really an aggressive, good ball player. In the backcourt, full court pressure, man-to-man. Stratton hounded over Disler. Disler skips it down the lane, down to Border, in the right corner. And the ball, of course, is right below us. That's when you need a glass bottom press box. The Raiders came away with it, though, so with 2:05 left in the third quarter, 35-15. Raiders with a 20-point lead. Meredith Eversman gets a break, and Bueller comes back in. One shy of the
Lady
starters.
Raiders have been in control of this game from the start.
And even though the score didn't show it early, you could just tell the feeling that they put, and the pressure on Althoff Catholic. Right side, passing up the shot was Marie Eversman. Hands it to Bueller. Bueller starts the drive, has that little left, just rolls out. She's got such a sweet little shot when she comes in there, left or right, and doesn't quite jump immediately and allows the other team to jump, and then she kind of flows right between them.
Very, very soft floater, that just rolled off the rim on the last possession.
The coaches always said no finger rolls, but hey, when I got up, you get up so high, it's so much easier. Driving baseline. Disler's shot is blocked. Good job inside on the block, Marie Eversman. Another one goes up, no good, and Hummel tips it away to Durst. Long pass to Stratton. Sage goes in for the layup. Good pass on the other end. 37-15, timeout by Eric Orn with 1:08 left in the third. And, of course, we'll talk a little bit within the next two games about the Hall of Fame ceremonies that happen out here Saturday night. Pretty good class of Hall of Famers. Got a golfer, a football lineman, a football receiver that played arena football, a great basketball player that went on, and we kind of just tease you with it just a little bit there. Of course, our public address announcer for his service, Tom Vanderboer, coaching many, many years. And the 2004 football team got to the semifinal against Coal City, losing up there, and that was my nephews Andrew and Philip Smith. Juniors in Southmore at that time, I believe. I don't think that was their senior year. Oh, yeah, it was, because the next year Philip lost to Muhammad Seymour, I believe. And then
I know some people from Coal City. I had an aunt that lived there. We had the Agamies, great athletes.
1 minute left, 1:02 there for a second there. I was going to kick into a radio ad. Driving baseline. Oh, and there's Stratton doing a good job of not only blocking the pass, but then as it went by her foot, kicking it out.
Good rotation by the Lady Raiders on the defensive end.
Isabella Border was making that drive. Dissler now inbound, kicks it out to Lester. Lester at the left elbow. Picked her dribble up a little bit quick. Pieper obviously is back in the game, and she stopped her. Dissler on the right side, brings the dribble back high. Border on her right. Into the left corner is Lester. Lester starts to drive baseline. Coming down from high was Stratton to help double team. And Bueller, she goes up high and a little kick too. So showing, I don't know if she plays.
Well,
soccer
she was like hoping that the referee didn't see it, because she kicked it when it took it. It was wanting to go.
She gone. Bueller Stratton. Oh, a new sub in there. That's Doug Reed's daughter. That's Abby into the ball game. Well, it's his wife's too, but of course we know Doug from his basketball days and on that great 79 Quincy High team. Oh, a 5-second call, you would think.
Yep.
And it was, and I think the official looked and thought, you know what, I'm behind, so one, that's it. So.
Well, don't stand up next time and yell 5 seconds. So.
Exactly. 16 seconds left, third quarter action. Lady
Good
Raiders.
push.
And look at this. Ari Bueller went coast to coast, went down through Althoff at the end for the score. She does such a good job. She's only got 4 points, and look what she's contributed today.
Unbelievable.
And there's your buzzer at the end of the third quarter. After three from the pit, the Quincy Notre Dame Lady Raiders 39 and Althoff Catholic 15. And, Coach, of course, we were talking in halftime, and we broke right into the third quarter. But while we were talking about things at halftime, we wanted to mention that your comments were brought to you by Kunis Auto Group. Can't wait till December 17th on a Sunday, Festival of Lights. Go out there, and I believe it's, if I haven't got the details yet, but if you go out there with your license plate cover that says Kunis on it, they will pay for your car through the Festival of Lights that night. And I believe
so
it's
where are
$10.
we at that weekend? Because we are loaded up coming up. Well, where are we at that weekend?
It is.
Well, all you have to do is go to meccasportsco.com, and you can check out where we're going to be
on that schedule. In fact,
hopefully we're in town to go see that for sure.
We don't do our Sunday. Our Sunday's in the first of next year when we have the Sophie Cunningham Classic down at Columbia. But we go after a Sunday of being out with Kunis. We'll go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Lady Raiders, Blue Devils at Springfield, Lady Raiders, and QND Raiders at Payson. So that'll be a fun week there. And we'll be going to the John Wood Rumble 3 different times. One day we actually do the, like we do on other weeks, the Lady Raiders and the Blue Devil girls, and then follow up with the boys at night. So that'll be a fun game. That's 2 in a row, I believe 12 and 1:30.
We got some fun weekends coming up.
It should be fun all season long, actually, especially covering all 4 teams. Of course, here from the pit, as well as at 10th and Jackson, and out there on Main Street, a.k.a. Blue Devil Gym or Baldwin.
Move.
Stratton went to hard to the right side to the basket, and I don't know, that might have been a block shot. We're on the other end, by the way. They call that on 24 or 42. Actually, who's in the game, I guess. Probably on Lester, her second. Fourth quarter, the first. And Stratton to the line to shoot 2. Sage hits the first and the second one. Off the front of the iron, 1 for 2. Raiders now 40, 14, or check that 15 for Althoff Catholic. 7:25 left in the ball game.
Good trap by the Lady Raiders. No fouling, but made it hard for the Althoff Catholic to go.
Good defense man-to-man. Reed's down here in the corner. Ball goes in. Bueller has Davis covered. Back to the top. No shot. Into the right corner. Davis takes a shot for 3. Nope. Yes, for 3. Kamara Davis. She had a deuce in this first quarter, and that's her next score. Reed, left corner. No good. Pieper tracks it down. Raiders have it in their half-court set. Hummel made a fake pass and then a lane all the way down, but the big girl picked her up right away, and a traveling call driving the back foot. And
one of the few times that the Lady Raiders have turned the ball over in that kind of fashion.
Although they've turned the ball over much against Althoff Catholic. They're spinning a little bit, so it'll be interesting tomorrow. Because you know Quincy High girls play the same aggressive defense. Althoff Catholic's going to leave town spinning a little bit. They'll be like that goalie on slap shot, after they were shooting so many shots at him as the hockey goalie at halftime.
Well, it's the Quincy duet, so to speak.
Pressure.
Lady Raiders and hopefully the Lady Devils, can do maybe not the same thing, but similar.
Ball hit the floor. Alternate possession arrow. Goes back to the Lady Raiders. Durst coming in. Pieper and Hummer are going to take a break. Durst checked in. Bueller stays in. Meredith Eversman also in the ball game. So in the high post is Marie Eversman. She pops out. Her sister's in the left corner. Brings it back to the 45. Keeps bringing it all the way around. Bueller on the wing, behind the arc. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Althoff Catholic. Emily Trevasek. Missed the shot. Davis gets the rebound. Reed's going to be called for a foul, and even though she was behind her, I really thought she got a lot of ball there. That's one of those situations. I know Kim Hessing from Notre Dame, class of 82, and she had that way as Quincy College when she played, and a stud. She'd allow him beat her baseline, then block it from behind. And then they'd whistle that, and I'd look and say, are you kidding me? She is playing great defense. That's what she does. Lures you into thinking you have the lane. Davis has 2 free throws, misses the first for Althoff Catholic. Stick around with a second game tonight, 6:30. The boys' game, it's right after this one. They play McClure. Their JV team beat McClure earlier. 0 for 2 on the free throw lane for Althoff Catholic. Top of the key, Eversman. Love to go Eversman, Reed. Have them all at the same time. Reed shot no good. Tracking it down is Bueller. Goes over to Eversman. Down to the right block. And her sister made a great move, Marie, stepping under. Had the ball taken away from her, but I think it must have went off her. And it will be Althoff Catholic basketball.
Very unselfish play by the Lady Raiders there. I mean, they made the extra pass 2-3 times on that possession.
And our post game, of course, we'll have Coach Orn talk to us about this one. And that'll lead into the pregame of the Raider game. Nice turnaround face-up. As you mentioned, this Jack Sikma move. Travnicek with that one. She's got 8 now. 40-20. Doubling up Althoff Catholic. That's the Lady Raiders. Here's that runner and little finger roll rolled off the iron. Wow, they pulled down Eversman to the floor. And she just came down, and Althoff Catholic, I think she was falling too, and brought her down with her.
Well,
Coach Orn calls the timeout.
Timeout, Notre Dame, full timeout.
Full timeout, always love that. That's when you change over from radio to PA announcer. Looks like we got a lot of cheerleaders up in these stands in the Notre Dame section. And I love that the old days, of course, that section went all the way down to the free throw lane here, and then old alumni got to sit, old meaning they'd been gone for at least 1 year, and they got to sit on the end. Now it kind of flip-flopped these days, but I'm seeing the students with some fun there, a lot of fluorescent colors tonight, yellow, orange, pink. So now I got to catch what's the concept of the night. And if the cheerleaders and pom girls weren't sitting up there dressed, I'd say dressed like a cheerleader or a pom girl.
Well.
But the Raiders, they have some fun stuff out here, as many schools do on their different nights. Black out, white out. Of course, that's quite obviously. Everybody wears a black shirt. Everybody wears a white shirt.
Well, I'm going Black Friday. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So it was a good day shopping today.
Black Friday has changed over the years a little bit.
Oh, my goodness.
Pieper, shot from the free throw line. Good. Tristan stepped back on the out-of-bounds play. Pieper with the shot, and it's good. I think she's got 11 right now.
Nice stroke.
Yeah, nowadays everybody shops online and stuff, so you don't get up and catch them Black Fridays. They're caught ahead of time on the month before, Tuesdays and Wednesdays and all the good ones.
Well, we've had Black Friday for the last month.
Oh, there you go. Exactly. Raiders with a shot, no good. Rebounded by Eversman, and she'll get an assist to her sister, Meredith Eversman.
Nice kick out to the wide open.
And that was a three, by the way, folks.
Yep.
So that's a nice shot. One sister gets the rebound. She also gets the assist. And off to her sister, sisterly love in the high post. Pieper playing some good D. And that was a nice little, really a step down off the right.
Up and
Up
under.
and under, exactly.
Number 15, Tristan Pieper, her second.
Pieper called on the foul, her second. Second of the fourth quarter. That sounds so strange, but yes. At the line, Althoff. 2 shots. First one up and good.
Sage Stratton for QND.
Chanisic.
Back in for Belleville.
One more. She now has 9 in the ball game, looking to double them up right here. 4:15 left in the ball game. 45-21. QND Lady Raiders. 2 for 2 from Althoff at the line. 45-22. Halfway through the fourth quarter. Stratton comes right side. Little handoff. Meredith Eversman works all the way around to Tristan Pieper on the left. Top of the key. Back to Pieper again. Stops at that free throw lane where she'd hit that last shot. Long pass. I don't know why they didn't take that one away. Durst misses from the corner. That ball went from the left wing all the way to the deepest of the right corner.
1,001, 1,002, 1,003.
Yes.
And then it landed.
Davis takes the ball away over Durst's back on the rebound. She's got 5 in the quarter and 7 for the ball game. Raiders in the half court set. Go inside. Oh, a good step down with Marie Eversman. No good on the shot, but a nice looking move. Stratton hounds in the backcourt. The big girl handles the ball well. Inside to Davis. Davis tries to go over Durst. First one was a block. Second one she did lean on, but Sage Stratton was right behind, just waiting for her to bring that ball back. Team third for Jenna Durst.
Once again, anything that Alton Catholic gets today, they've earned it. And they've only earned 24 points, with 3:17 here to go in the fourth.
Davis
25, excuse me.
Yes, Davis at the line with the first free throw. Well, they're shooting their free throws well. They're not getting a lot of them out there. 3 for 4 for Dissler, 2 for 2 for the big girl, and 1 for 1 right now. So 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 7. 7 out of 8. Good free throw shooting team.
For Althoff, number 15, Reese Dissler.
Reese Dissler comes back in for Althoff. 3:17 left, 45-25. Althoff's going to try to put some pressure. Stratton's going to dribble through. Across the timeline. Down in the right corner. Inside. Ball's on the floor. Eversman to Eversman. But the ball hit the floor, and we got the scrum. Let's see who got
a scrum,
it.
yes.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll go to Althoff Catholic with 3:03 left. Stick around for the post-game show, talking to Coach Orn. And then we'll preview the next game on our own.
So we have a post-game and a pre-game coming up
You got
here.
it. And Eric Orn's got to carry the load. Coach Myers setting for his game, so kind of hard to leave when we got 2 in a row. That's when you used to send it back to Bruce Terstegi for the call. Looking inside. Good defense there from the Lady Raiders. We've said that more than once. Pieper with a block shot from behind. Dissler was trying to go baseline.
Oh, good pass.
2 passes down court. And Miss Eversman was a little frustrated she couldn't put it in.
I don't think she was ready for the pass.
Yeah, the ball made it down the court pretty fast.
But, yeah, that was a perfect pass. Threaded it between three. And I don't think she was ready for it because she was a little off balance trying to make the layup.
Worked it down there quickly. Abby Reed into the ball game. Stratton takes the seat. So Pieper, Reed, Hummel, Eversman, and Eversman. The firm of Eversman and Eversman. There
Question for you. Are they going to do 35-second shot clock for the ladies?
Right
or
now,
is that just the guys?
And that's, well, the National Federation of High School Sports did it, but, you pick your own. And right now, there's not a game that you can see out there unless maybe one of the tournaments.
Well, yeah, they're going to do tournaments and, maybe the Martin Luther King shootout, stuff like that. But I think next year it's going to be 35 seconds.
And teams are preparing for that. Eversman, her second foul. That was Meredith. Fourth team foul in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes exactly left in the ball game. At the line, it is Dissler. She's 3 for 4 on the night. Well, let's make that 3 for 5.
You jinxed her.
She's the only one that's missed a free throw. I'll put it back there. She's missed 2 free throws, so. Pieper gets a round of applause. Tristan heading out of the game. She headed out with 11, but some great blocks inside and really some nice moves. 1 for 2. Dissler, she's got all her points from the free throw line, 4 of them. Actually, 2. It's 5 of the last 7 points were from the free throw line for Althoff Catholic. Baseline drive, shot is blocked. Ellie Bozart tried to get it up. Althoff Catholic has it. Big girl still in there. Nice layup. Goes in, and Reed gets the rebound. What was great is Meredith, or Marie, actually, Eversman went at her defensively. In transition. Oh, a cutting Marie Eversman, and a good pass from Lauren Hummel. Marie Eversman made the move. Hummel with the assist, and Hummel really set the pace of this game early in the Raiders' defense and the rebounding.
Very, very unselfish. Looking for the extra pass, not making the extra pass, but the extra pass after that.
Reed with another rebound. Eversman lost it, came right back to her. Reed with the rebound. That was 2 more rebounds than Doug Reed, her dad, ever had. Yes, we said it, Doug. You also have the second place medal to wear around your neck. Timeout from Althoff. 54.2 left, 47-27. And that number again, you can score as many as you want, 60, 70. But the key is to play defense and keep the other number down. And coming into this one, just for the couple games, the Raiders, I forgot what they actually were averaging. Now that we're following more teams, we have to take a look once in a while. Raiders came in the 2 games averaging 58 points a game, but only giving up 35.5.
Defense wins ships. I'm sorry. In any sport, whether it's football, basketball, baseball even. Hey,
you hear it more obviously in football.
Yep,
you normally hear it in football, and that's
baseball is pitching and defense, but in basketball, if you look at all the NBA champions from 30-plus years ago, you look at the Bulls and Michael with the dunks and, all the pretty plays, but they were always top 1 or 2 defensively with Pippen, Jordan, Rodman, Grant, the whole ball of wax.
We were just loaded in 2 runs. Of course, Dan Bertrand, a familiar name to you as well. Your former superintendent up at Marengo and former fellow, not bridesmaids.
Football coach.
Yeah, but he was in, of course, our wedding, my wedding, you and him both. And he's the one that always had defensive championships up on the wall, and that's where it really kind of steered. I think everybody else just stole from it, which is all right because it is true. Nice drive to the basket. Eversman with the score.
Basket by Marie.
Marie's got 4. That was a good-looking move there, Coach. 49-27, inside 30 seconds left.
I say the Raiders, they're going to go 8, 9, 10 deep, and the pressure does not wane.
It doesn't matter who you bring out on the defensive side. Pizza's coming to us. Raiders stole the ball, down to 10 seconds left in this one. The Raiders will end up 3-0 after tonight. Tomorrow they'll take on Highland, Illinois. Not sure what their girls program was like. I was looking up some stuff from Highland on the boys' side for the shootout and forgot to get over to the girls' side. 7.1. Ellie Bozarth with the ball. We'll dribble it out probably. She's got it to Miss Reed. Cross court. Both Reeds are in right now. Did that shot go in?
Yeah.
And was it Eversman?
Final score.
Yep.
52.
Wow. And that was a three-pointer too. So
27.
Marie had a quarter, 7 points, and the Raiders win this one 52-47. How about 27? 25-point victory. We'll be able to break down all the scores for you here. And tell you what, we'll take a little break, turn it off to the band real quick while we get our numbers and our final comments from this game. Enjoy the music there, folks. The QND Pep Band.
Go ahead. graduation.
And welcome to the pit. As you can hear the QND band in the background, they are rocking it in between games, getting ready for the QND Raiders and St. Louis McClure. Good day for the Raiders so far. Hi, I'm Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit's alongside. As the first game of the day, the QND JV squad won 31-17. The boys followed that up with a 68-37 victory. And then we just left the QND girls as they won the ball game 52-27. They are now 3-0. Tomorrow they'll play Highland. And by the way, they have 999 program wins. So the next one is 1,000 wins. Start going back to points and us scoring. So it should be fun.
Well, what a landmark to hit, 1,000 wins. The boys program's at 1,500 plus, if I'm not mistaken. I think Quincy High last night went to 2105, and we're still working on the Quincy High girls. We got 320 going back probably maybe 10, 12 years, but I mean, there's a lot of good teams back when we were in school, you know, with the Quincy High Blue Devil girls. So we're still counting it out, but gosh, I mean, you know, what a town, what a basketball tradition here in Quincy.
Indeed. Of course, all of them have been to state one time. Some have brought back some big trophies. Some have brought back any trophy or that state tournament is a success. And you get the regionals and the sectional and the super sectional along the way.
Yeah, it's one of those things to where this town, for a town of, gosh, I think I saw 40,000 and some change, you know, coming into town here. The basketball that they have produced is incredible.
Well, and over the early years of the boys programs, everybody was one class. Then they broke into the two-class systems. Nowadays we've got 4 classes, so transition there. And the Lady Raiders are now in 3A this year, so they're going to have to make a step up. And that is the QND band.
Well, and that's what happens when you are successful. You know, especially the Catholic programs, you know, that have the multipliers, so on and so forth. But if they don't win, you know, the multiplier, they go down. But if they win, they go up. You know, so it's one of those things where I ran through that with my daughter up at Boylan High School. I mean, they won a 5A championship, they won a 6A championship, and they got second in 7A. Consecutive years, you know, going up. So the successful programs are going to go up. Mount Carmel, I think they're playing for a state championship tonight, if I'm not mistaken. It's their 22nd straight championship, and they've got 13 of them. I work with a guy who went to school at Mount Carmel. Unbelievable tradition at that school.
Time to stand up and give our national anthem. We'll turn the band up.
The West End Zone. To honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Quincy Notre Dame Pep Band.
That was our national anthem, brought to you by the QND band. Gave me a chance to not only shake the legs out a little bit, but check our starting lineup from our opponents, as well as our own starting lineup. Both teams starting off with the first game of the season. So we got 0s and 0s. That's an easy one.
McClure last year was 5-23. Raiders obviously had a great season last season, but once again, losing a lot of your players. It's going to be a different look for the Raiders this year.
Raiders lost 7 of these key guys there.
Yep.
As you had Hoyt, Stratton, Sheffield, Wallingford, Bakke, Canoyer. I'm just missing one.
Wallingford's doing a heck of a job over at John Wood.
Indeed he is. Hey, let's look at McClure's lineup. They are, of course, in red, trimmed in white. Number 0, Brandon Johnson, a 6'4 senior. Keon Keys, number 1, a 6'2 senior. Number 10, Therese Williams, 5'10 sophomore. Number 21, Cody Finley, a 6-foot freshman. And Mylan Kyle, 5'11 sophomore. And wearing their home white, trimmed in blue, and Vegas gold, The Raiders look this way. Number 2, Aiden Ginnebacher, a 6'4 senior. Number 3, Alex Dance, Coach Dance's son. He's a 5'10 junior. Aiden Klauser wears number 4, saw a lot of playing time last year. Quick out there, 6'4 senior. Noah Lutt, number 14, started off the year as quarterback for the Raiders, 6'3 senior. And Jace Allensworth, 6' sophomore guard. That rounds out the lineup. Of course, Kevin Meyer, the head coach, assisted by the associate head coach, Brady Frericks, Mike Kinehart, Nathan Lunt, Scott Douglas, Jonas Petty. There's a couple extra high school coaches in that lineup that were pretty good. Of course, we're talking about Scott Douglas and Mike Kinehart.
Yep.
And we're hoping that maybe Coach Orrin pops over at halftime of this one. Again, you remember, as Coach Pettit and I were talking, he's also the athletic director. No Cannell is here. But after you win, you go right back to work. 520-plus victories don't matter.
Yep.
Raiders will be working left to right or away from us to us. How's that? That's always tough here in Blue Devil Gymnasium.
Blue Devil Gymnasium? The pit. We're at the pit.
I mentioned both of them.
Okay.
That's where I was trying, because that's another one that we come to and fro us.
Yep.
To and fro. Okay. The fros were back from the 60s and 70s. Aiden Klauser goes up high, gets a double chip, keeps it alive. Raiders will take it for the beginning. Dance is going to set the offense. Right side, Allensworth to Klauser now. Klauser drops the ball, tries to go with it, back top. Luckily saving it. It's a ball's on the floor. We have a foul, I believe. But keeping that ball alive in there. I was trying to double check to see who that was popping in there. Oh, that was Jace Allensworth. So we'll go back over to McClure. We're just here, Jeff Wellman along with Dave Pettit, mechasportsco.com. And you can catch us not only on our website, but also YouTube. And then keep out the Facebook looks. That's where we shoot a lot of messages.
Please subscribe. Please like. Please do everything you can on that.
Back to action now. Raiders are in a man-to-man set. Top of the key goes to Williams. Williams tries to go into the high post. Tipped there by Lunt. Resets the offense for McClure. Demarion Eubanks. I don't remember mentioning Demarion Eubanks. Did we get a wrong roster, or am I looking at different guys here? Shot from the left corner, 3, no good. Weak side was tipped out. Back to half court. And the ball out of bounds will go back. No, Demarion got in the game already. I didn't realize he was not a starter and made the quick subs there. Demarion came in for Keon Keys. Raiders back on defense. 1 minute into this ball game. And a steal. Aiden Ginnebacher dishes off. Aiden Klauser up off the glass. Good. Give Ginnebacher the assist. Give Klauser the basket. Raiders lead 2-0.
Nice deflection by Noah Lunt to start that fast break opportunity.
Ball right side for McClure on the perimeter. Dance was popping up on defense. Gets reversed to the left side. In with the drive. Knocking the ball away was Aiden Klauser. Having to track it down was Demarion Eubanks. McClure will get the ball again. And here comes the Hoyt family as they're all coming in. Sitting up there with Coach Kinehart, Coach Sheffield, and some of the former players. Block shot by Klauser. Klauser's gotten a little longer. So has Ginnebacher. In transition, Klauser, baseline, up, count it, and we got an and one. Aiden Klauser with the first 4 points. He'll have a chance at the three-point play.
Very good job by the Raiders pushing the ball up, looking for your secondary break, and then Klauser took it along the baseline, used his body, put it in, and got fouled.
Of course, Klauser is a receiver on the football team. He can get up there. And speaking of Coach Hoyt, he drags up and behind. First foul was called on Demarion Eubanks, and the first team foul. Time to draw my lines at the 5 and 6 point. Klauser completes the three-point play. He's got 5. McClure's got 0.
Nice start to the game for the Raiders.
Allensworth on the 1-2-2. Ginnebacher, Dance the next level. And the last level down there is Klauser and Lunt. Nice backdoor cut and a good pass. No good. Klauser was there, and Klauser gets the rebound. Even jumping for a ball like that, he had some space below his feet. Allensworth in transition. Good from 3. Jace Allensworth from the left side. And McClure wants to talk about it right now. Raiders are on an 8-point run to start this thing off with the first 2 minutes and 13 seconds.
Nice push up the floor, and the sophomore pulled up confidently and nailed the three. So, like what I see so far from the Raiders this year.
And these guys, a lot of them didn't see the floor except for, Klauser a lot last year. So they're already going to say, look, we lost 7 key players, but we're good. And they're fun to watch already.
Well,
Looks
yeah,
like they'll get them down the floor.
Yeah, well, they get after it on the defensive end, and that's what you like to see, with the basketball teams.
Timeout taken by McClure. 5:47 left, first quarter action. Raiders with the lead. 1-2-2, Allensworth at the point. Dance as well as Ginenbacher, deep, Klauser, and Lunt. Working to bring the ball up the court. Eubanks to the right side. Ball was kicked by Dance, so it will go back over to McClure. Triggering the ball on the far side, Therese Williams. Also at the point, Demarion Eubanks. High post, Brandon Johnson setting it.
Good hands.
Screen to Eubanks. And we'll get our first foul over here on this side.
Number 4, Aiden Klauser, his first, team second.
Oh, we have 2 team fouls. Who was the other foul on there in that first? I missed the first one. Sorry about that, folks. It was number 14, which was Noah Lunt, excuse me. The Lunt family. In the high post, Johnson. Behind him, taking the three-point shot. It was Kyles. Rebounded McClure. They'll get another shot at it.
Got to do a better job on the weak side rebounds on that. Push them out a little bit farther.
Into the high post, Johnson. Johnson turned around and faced up. Quickly out high, and it'll go to Finley. Finley, left side. And another good drive, or trying to drive, was Kyles. Jace Allensworth was there. Putting up the wall, double high post at the elbows. A little crossover, though, and Eubanks goes down the lane. Misses the shot, rebound. Up high was Aiden Ginenbacher. Lunt across the timeline. Lunt goes left side to Dance. Dance quickly back out to Allensworth, works around to the right corner, and that's Klauser. Klauser passed up Ginenbacher cutting. Lunt popped out. Lunt looks. He'll hand up. No, he'll go ahead and come down to the corner himself. Pass back out to Allensworth. Allensworth cuts the lane. Allensworth off the glass and the finger roll. Jace Allensworth, he's got 5.
Nice job of spacing of the Raiders. They had the floor completely spread out that let the drive be open.
10-0 Raiders halfway through the first quarter. Long shot, no good, and Dance did a great job of screening out.
Nice box out.
It was
on the weak side.
A takedown there as Alex Dance had a hold of the ball. McClure had a hold of him and just drug him down to the scoring table.
Once again, we're here 4 minutes into the first quarter, and McClure has not scored yet. So, I mean, the Raiders defensively have been getting after it.
Coach Meyer standing up, calling out. Aiden Ginenbacher stayed in the game. We've got substitutions across the way. Connor Young came in. He wears number 12. Number 40 is Jackson Knoyer. Of course, his brother played last year. Jackson Meyer, the big-time offensive lineman, moved from tight end to lineman. Bad pass there by Knoyer down the way. Oh, and a block shot. Allensworth comes up, blocks it off the board. Williams was trying to take it in. Young back to the right side. Shot from outside, no good. That was Knoyer. Rebounded by Allensworth. Meyer, a good hustle down in the corner to grab the ball. Good screen by Jackson Meyer. Jackson shows why he was a lineman. McClure came down, didn't see the screen, and just took a shot. Connor Young, the foul. Third one against the Raiders. Jace Allensworth's going to get a break. Into the ball game will be Tyler Bozart. So we did have, Tyler was still left for a year.
I still always love those big bodies that would come set a screen for you and then roll to the basket, and feed them for, some easy layups.
Triggering the ball out of bounds under the basket, Young. Young goes into Klauser. He's on the right side. Picked his dribble up a little quick. Skips it over left side to Knoyer.
Nice ball movement.
Knoyer to Young. Young lost the handle on it, but Jackson Meyer picks it up. Young driving through the lane. Ball's on the floor. Gets it out to Klauser on the right. Aiden kicks it up. And on that play, we're a little bit lucky. Tyler Bozart needs to take one more step towards that pass, but he took just enough of them to check off McClure in the foul.
We were a little discombobulated on that possession, but I like the patience that the Raiders exhibited. Oh, good pass.
Inside, Jackson Meyer strong to the hole. Meyer was up there, and I don't think they realized how strong Jackson is. Ball at half court, kicked away by Young. Taking it all the way in and getting fouled at the basket, Tyler Bozarth, so he'll get to shoot 2.
That's where you want to execute the traps, right after half court on the sideline. That gives you a couple of extra defenders, when you get the trap at that position.
Shooting for the Raiders at the line. Tyler Bozarth connects on the first free throw. He's got another to come. We've played 5 minutes in the quarter. Raiders are throwing a shutout. 13-0. Second one up. Bozarth for 2. Good shooter. His brother was a good shooter as well. Full court pressure. 1-2-2. Klauser at the point with Bozarth and Young at half court. Jackson Meyer. Oh, he saw that as a fumble. He could just see his eyes get big. And Klauser deep. Jackson's been in this program for many, many years, assistant coach for his dad. Up until 8th grade or his freshman year. Young with a rebound. He comes down the left side, across the timeline. Right there with a trip. Accidental because, again, Keon Keys was trying to bust out for the layup, but he forgot and there was a leg still there. And here's what you see. I thought I had 5 fouls in the quarter. They do. Why aren't we shooting? Bozarth, short corner, throws it back out, tipped away by McClure. That was Kyles. Do I see a 5 up here behind me, Coach?
Yep.
So we'll double check that. I'm on top of it. Connor Young, right in front of the scoring table. Backdoor cut, Aiden Klauser. Give Young the assist. Give Klauser the bucket. Aiden is quick and can jump.
Nice sideline out of bounds play called by Coach Meyer.
16-0. Long cross-court bounce pass, and Kyles was wondering where that ball was going to. Miles will check out, as well as Finley. Into the ball game will be Eubanks, also the big guy. Brandon Johnson. 2:15 and counting left first quarter action. Jeff Wellman along with Dave Pettit. MechaSportsCo.com and Raider basketball. Nice hands there from Eubanks, steals the ball. McClure goes all the way in. Eubanks goes coast to coast, up and under. Little shuffle shot, and it's good, but the Raiders still have a 16-point run to start the ball game out. Now that's the kind of run you want to start any quarter, into any quarter or anything. We'll take that many points in a row. Left side, Klauser. Klauser trying to work against, a phantom player, 11. Stolen away, Eubanks heads the other way. Eubanks goes in, trying to slap the ball. Canoyer could not get it.
Getting a little sloppy here with the last 30 seconds.
And we've got 1:34 left, a timeout now, 30-second timeout by Notre Dame.
30-second timeout.
So glad you can be with us out here. We talked about catching us with a lot of live ads out here. If you'd like to be part of the marketing of your business, or if you just want to have your name out there and support the teams that we're covering this year, or MechaSportsCo.com, feel free to give us a shout. The website's got all the information there, MechaSportsCo@gmail.com. You'll find an 815 number up there. That'll reach Coach Pettit. And if you're lucky, I'll fire mine out there throughout the broadcast as well. We're at that age now where we don't worry about, being attacked by the girls.
Yeah, well.
If we ever did. 1:34 left. First quarter action. McClure's got the basketball, box out of bounds play. Many options out of it, but it's so familiar. Lobs it up at the elbow. Picking it for the handoff was Eubanks. Keeps it on the right side. Almost lost the ball. Back to Eubanks at the top. Into the low block. Jace Allensworth slid down to help double team and help. There's Alex. Yeah, Alex is back in. Dance.
Jace Allensworth, his first, team third.
Allensworth, his first. He's got team 3. I got team 4, but I was following what they had up there earlier. We'll go back to team 3. 1:21. McClure inside. Misses the shot. Klauser kept it alive, but it goes to McClure. Eubanks pulls up from outside the arc. Top of the key. Good. But it was a 2-pointer. He stepped on the line. 6 straight points out of McClure still a 10-point lead with 1 minute left in the first quarter for the Raiders. 16-6. Left wing, Aiden Klauser. Good cut from Dance from the right side. Couldn't go to the basket, so he goes back out to Klauser. Klauser finds Allensworth right side, no good. Weak side rebound, Eubanks for McClure. Long pass, and taking the charge. He might have been going down a little quick, but there was contact. That's Brandon Johnson, his first foul. Have we not done the 2 fouls or 2 foul shots? Got me on that one. Oh, that was a charge, though, so I guess we'd be not shooting that anyway. Lunt from the right corner, Dance on the left wing. Actually, it was the left baseline. Back to the top, 31 seconds left. And Klauser couldn't believe it went through his hands. They were setting up for the last shot, and Coach Meyer was even going, darn, we were running that pretty good. I expected the pass away and the backdoor cut on the weak side like he throws so many times. Full court pressure, 1-2-2 coming out of the Raiders. Across the timeline, Eubanks has the basketball. Man-to-man now, matching up. Allensworth will match up with Williams off the right side. Backing it up, 12 seconds. Williams wants to go, comes back around the perimeter. That's to Johnson. Johnson back to the top. We got Eubanks with the basketball in 4 seconds. Last shot's coming here. Dance tried to get around a screen, but it got around enough. Edwards can't get the shot, or Eubanks can't get the shot, and after 1 quarter, QND 16, 6 from McClure.
Well, and aside from the last couple of minutes, the Raiders were throwing a shutout, with no points. But, once again, you give up 6 points in 1 quarter. I think you'll be okay during the game.
I would agree with you there. And, the 16 were the first 16 points of the ball game.
Yep.
The last 6 came in the last about minute and a half, and that was the key right there. But the Raiders got out strong. They brought in some subs, so they stand fresh in the first quarter. A very good first quarter of the season.
Oh, yes. I mean, defensively, they got after it, on all angles. A lot of deflections. I tell you what, of the 16 points, I bet 6 to 8 of them were from deflection, defense coming the other end, getting easy looks. So the Raiders need to keep up, what they've done here so far in the first half and, stretch this lead out a little bit more.
Raiders trying to go 4 games in a row. The JV girls won the first of the day. Second was the JV boys. You listened right here to and watched the QND Lady Raiders, and I see Coach Douglas in the stands with his family, and he's coaching his younger son, the last one in the line. We're sure of that now. The freshman. We were never sure when they were going to stop, and they were going through the alphabet, and they were in the X's and Z's or whatever pretty quick. Start of the quarter, McClure with the basketball. Raiders with a 16-6 lead. MeccaSportsCo.com, Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit. Got a full day after a day at the pit today. We'll go back over to Blue Devil Gym, and we'll listen for some scores there tonight. Right side, Eubanks. Eubanks pulls up for the shot. Aiden Gettenbacher was there for defense. Raiders tried to get it. A good take underneath with the putback. All right, I had to look. Martavius Miller. He's number 4 in the book. He is number 11 here. Raiders inside, reverse layup, no good, but following up right there was Jace Allensworth. Jace in the right place at the right time.
Good-looking sophomore.
Oh, indeed. Watched him play up close. His dad played at Payson, and, of course, is a builder. JNN used to still play some ball in his day. Lunt with a rebound. We played a minute in the second. Allensworth turns. Nobody's there. Goes to the hole, and then reaching over is Brandon Johnson for his second foul. First foul of the second quarter. I still got to check why we didn't get to double, other than the offensive foul on the one. Jace had 5 in the first quarter. He had a 3 and the deuce. Allensworth at the line, scores, first one. Raiders 4 for 4 from the charity strike. Substitutions, heading out, Cameron Stevenson. Back into the ball game is Kyles, Mylan Kyles. Also back into the ball game, Cody Finley. Second free throw up, just off the front of the iron. Klauser almost pinched down McClure and got the rebound. Eubanks across the timeline. Gettenbacher picks him up. In the high post is Martavius Miller, now that I've got the right number. I thought that only happened in the football a lot of times. Eubanks goes inside. Somehow Eubanks gets through 3 of the Raiders. He's got 6. 19-10, full court pressure now coming from McClure. Allensworth back in the back of court. Gets it out to half court. Aiden Ginnebacher looks. Left corner. Alex Dance. Good from 3. Dance. Nice follow through. Nice arch. 22-10.
Well, and the Raiders pushed the ball up, got it in the middle, then kicked it out.
Wow, Eubanks went downtown. Eubanks was down around Marblehead on that shot. He's now got 9 points. 22-13. 6 minutes left, first quarter action. Our first half action, excuse me. Klauser on the right side. Back top of the key to Lunt. Ginnebacher came around a screen. He's on the right at 45. Cross court to Dance. He'll set the offense now to the right. Aiden Klauser, 24 feet from the right 45. The right wing, we'll throw that back in there as well. Lunt to Klauser. Here comes the movement again on the weak side. Allensworth comes up. Dance gets it. Klauser made a cut. Wasn't there. Lunt's going to pull up for 3. Lunt, no good. On the rebound, Jace Allensworth again. He's all over. Who was it in the first game and the girls' game that was all over? Lauren Hummel. He's doing a little Lauren Hummel action.
Well, he's handled the ball. He's made good passes. He's been on the glass. He's hit threes. He's hit, he's done a lot of good stuff as a sophomore at first game in varsity.
Lunt came on a cut to the basket, got tripped, and they'll go with you stepped on the line afterwards. It happens, usually not at home. 5:24 left, first quarter action. Check that second quarter action. We flew through that first quarter with a 16-6 lead. At the top now, working against Therese Williams. Dance playing some good defense. In the high post, it goes to Finley. He stepped back out. Hands the ball off to Martavius Miller. I'm going to have fun with that one now that I figured out who was who. Backdoor cut and picking the ball up was Lunt. Check that, actually Bozarth. Into the post, quickly back out. Meyer wasted no time to kick it back out and reset.
Well, and that was a big part, Jackson Meyer putting the pressure on.
Oh, and a nice pass there. Nothing wrong with Jackson Meyer. It was a little shove around pass.
Yep.
And coming down below and blocking the shot was Martavius Miller. Dance will trigger the out-of-bounds play. Lois, Canoyer, and Meyer. From one elbow to the other one. Here's the backdoor cut. Young couldn't get it. Ball's over on the floor. Hustling for it. Jackson Meyer picks it up. Gonna reset, but Bozar sees the shot. No good. Meyer works hard inside to get some position for the rebound. Back on defense. Approaching 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Here at the pit on this Black Friday. So far, it's been pretty bright here in the pit for the Raiders. Canoyer picks up the loose ball. Jackson Canoyer. So we'll have a couple Jacksons in this lineup. Across the timeline, Dance. Backing it in against Williams. Left side. Oh, a little give and go. Young right back to his guard, Dance. So give Young the assist. Give Dance the bucket. That was a nice little shuffle somewhere between the elbow and a break to the basket.
A lot of good movement on the Raiders' offense. Movement and spacing. Two key things that they're doing real well right now.
Left side on the drive, Keys. Keys goes all the way to the hole. Raiders were looking for a block shot. Dance's first foul. Team first, I believe. Yes, it is. Driving to the basket at that time was Keon Keys. He's got 2 free throws. Coach Meyer standing there. He's always excited anytime he can be in the pit. A little more when it's game time. Oh, did we just blow a whistle in the student section? Oh, my. Keys misses the first one. And I think Mr. Ginkenbacher on that side, Mr. Graw, and also Mr. Shield are the 3-man team for the officials tonight. Keys has a second shot. No good off the side. Tracking down the rebound is Jackson Meyer. Outlet to Aiden. Check that Canoyer. Canoyer got bumped a little bit and then just turned and threw the ball.
comments, number 2, Damari Eubanks.
And we needed a cut from that corner a little bit there, too, but I don't think they realized.
A little bit out of control. It was probably a 2-on-3, 3-on-3 break. Pull it back out, run your sets, get a good shot every time down.
You got a post player handling the ball, too, so guard needs to come get the ball from him. Eubanks off the left side. Gets Dance up in the air. Check that, gets Young up in the air. Left corner shot, no good. Knoyer does a good job of going and securing the rebound. Allensworth down the left side. Jace backs it out. Over to Knoyer, right side in the wing to Bozarth. Bozarth, if you get those knees ready to go, I think he had a shot. And it was 22 feet, but Bozarth, right corner. Connor Young says, I've got it. Comes up a little short. Knoyer gets the rebound. Nice turnaround shot off the glass. Jackson Knoyer with a good move. Offensive rebound first.
Slashes just like his brother did.
Alex played very strong with that team last year, and a very good team. We talk about it. Any team from that sectional had a good shot of going all the way, and, of course, did Bloomington Central Catholic. Off the left side, that is Kyles. Down on the baseline. Boy, taking a nice charge was Meyer. We didn't get it, but we did get a steal. In transition, Young, top of the key, Knoyer. Fakes the pass, goes left side for 3. Good! Jace Allensworth from the left side connects. Jackson Meyer, of course, put a player down there with a little Charlie horse.
Well, it was a good screen.
Yes, you just don't want to run into him. He's solid.
Good
shot.
defense.
Oh, nice job by Allensworth, partially blocked. Meyer picked it up. Young looks like he's going to pass, and looks like he's overlapping. That's what the coach said. He'll shuffle it. Knoyer off the left side, no good. Boy, Meyer had great position. He just needs about 2 inches more in his jump. He's still got football legs. The team had a nice season. From the left corner, Kyles hits the three-pointer. Raiders had a 7-point run going. It's 29-16.
I mean, as far as the Raiders are up right now, it still makes me a little nervous, with this McClure team.
Very aggressive, and while you see some mistakes, they've got the hands and the quickness. Backdoor cut, Jace Allensworth. Wow, went right out in the left corner, right by his head. Knoyer comes left side, kicks it back out. Young decides no three. Knoyer will step back from the left corner. Good, Jackson Knoyer, and that's good movement there. Quick screens, moving out of the way and getting into the left corner. Young with a nice pass out there. 32-16. 1 minute left, first half action. Stick around here at half. We'll see if Coach Oren's in the building or if he got away for a little extra leftover, some turkey. Good rebound inside. Tyler Bozarth with the rebound, cross the timeline for the Raiders. Knoyer has it at right wing, sets to Young and says, hey, one shot. Young had it slapped away in front of him. That was good hands there by Kyles. 35 seconds and counting left. Raiders with a nice 16-point lead, doubling up McClure. High arching shot from the right side, good. Colby Finley with the three. 3 threes in this quarter for McClure. Right side, Knoyer. Knoyer being hounded by Martavius. Back to Allensworth at the top of the key. Right side, Knoyer. Into the right corner, Bozarth. Bozarth being hounded. 6 seconds. Allensworth pulls up for 3. Good! Jace Allensworth with another 3. His third of the first half. And there's your buzzer. It's halftime. The QND Raiders 35 and McClure 19. Good half for the Raiders.
Well, very good half defensively. We've had a couple of spots where we didn't, quite take care of business. But, for the most part, if you hold somebody to 19 points and a half of basketball, they get 40 for the game, you better win.
Coach Connell coming through here. He got out of the building on Tuesday night because he knew Thanksgiving and the tournament was coming up. So we met early on Thursday morning. Check that, Tuesday morning. Wednesday morning? Help me out. What day is it, Coach?
I have no idea. I think we're on Friday now, so.
Hey, we're going to take a break here for the Pom Pom and Band while we set our numbers up for the first half action. So we'll leave it out there to the Pom Pom squad. We've seen enough of the band so far. They could be part of TV. They don't have to be a face for radio.
want to wish a happy 8th birthday to the Bombers mascot, Aria Hartzell. Happy birthday, Aria.
Picture of us. And welcome back to the pit. Jeff Wellman and Dave Pettit. It's halftime here at the pit. QND started this one off with 16 straight points before a score. The last 6 points of the first quarter, McClure. So it ends up after one quarter, 16-6. Got to make sure I'm not hot, but it's the band that's so hot. So 16-6, second quarter, back and forth, 22-13. Raiders go on a 7-point run. Built up a 16-point lead, and then trade baskets for the rest of the half, 35-19. What'd you like in that first half?
Well, the Raiders started out very, very well, with that 16-0 run, and basically all they've done is maintain since then. So it's one of those things to where I think we need to, pick up the pace, get after it defensively like we did in the first quarter. And, stretch this 16-point lead out to 25, and then take it up to 30 and put this team away.
Well, we're never going to meet the halftime run or the first half run of one of the tournament games here against STEM. And that's who Notre Dame will face tomorrow. Again,
49 or whatever.
I should look that back up. It was just a great defensive night. Everything was working great for the Raiders. So it wasn't like it was just some grade school team that came out here. Raiders were playing well.
Oh, yeah.
Allensworth leads the way for the Raiders in the first half. He's got 12 points. Jace had 5 in the first half, 7 in the second. That's how 5 and 7 make 12. And it's 3 trays from outside, and he hustles all over the court. We reminded of Lauren Hummel in the first game, all the little things she did before she ever got in the scoring column. Hope you enjoyed the picture of the court in the pit. We had the pom-pom squad out there. We got the band rocking and rolling. What more do you want as we send a score out there to the other side of town, and we'll wait for it. But in the meantime, I'm getting all the scores from Tom Mecklenburg now. A couple years ago, he apologized for missing a couple games. He's fired every one of them. West Hancock right now is losing to Illini Bluffs 34-20. I believe Jeff Dahl's still back up there. He stepped in from across the river in his years of coaching, helped with Coach Hoyt at one time out at John Wood Community College.
Well, the Quincy High boys haven't started yet. 6:58, so they haven't started
We were
yet,
at 6:30 start. I forgot about that. Do we have time, Coach, to finish this one and broadcast the last quarter out there?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, covering 4 teams we're all over the place.
Now, hey, now keep the stats at every box score. When you miss one, you got to gather it back up because I'm a monster for numbers. If it ain't right, and you heard me the last couple years, you know, I'd get it from a certain coach or that. There was a point or two off that I know, or a shot or here, and I'm like, wait a minute, that is not right. Then I just finally realized, serenity now. Just whatever they hand you, that's good. We're in the ballpark.
That's it.
That's their job. My job is to bring the broadcast to you out there, and you're to analyze, and we got to stay in our lanes.
So we got 2 minutes here to go till start of the second half. I'm going to be honest with you. Great first half for QND because, you know, coming out here with them losing their top 7 players last year, I was a little bit worried about the way they would start, but they've done a heck of a job to start out at, and they look like they're firing on all cylinders right now.
Coach Cannell coming over to talk to one of his football players. Well, everybody's his football player within the school, Jackson Stratton. We need to find out how he did at Ball State. I'm almost positive that's where it was at. Do we have another birthday over there? I didn't see anybody coming over to sing happy birthday and give me my pie or cake. And what is the Thanksgiving pie that everybody should eat from traditions?
You got to go with pumpkin, but.
Exactly, but it is, over the years, you wonder. Now, I saw something from Leftovers, a show, and they went to the pies and cakes and took a pumpkin pie, and I thought sprinkled a whole bunch of sugar on it and cream de menthe or something like that, or no, it was something similar. I've never had it before. Don't know that I will.
Well, now, you say pumpkin, but I have to go with pecan. I'm sorry, but a good pecan pie is hard to beat.
Is that right, pecan or pecan? You know, I hear a couple ways, and depends on what.
Pecan's over by Peoria.
Yes, they are. And I would love to mention what their mascot was years ago. Wait a minute. This is the internet. We can say that. Yep. They were the Pekin Chinks. I tell you, folks, had the big dragon on the wall. And, of course, in this politically correct world, you're not going to hear that too many other places than here.
Well, we got the Washington Commanders now.
Bring them back.
Commanders now.
Ron Kinshirf's over there. He just felt it. I had Ron Kinshirf arguing that on Ticket 930 back in 15 when we did the talk show. Hey, we're ready to start the second half. Raiders will get the ball. Klauser, Dance, Allensworth, Lunt, and Ginnebacher, the way the Raiders started.
I'd like to see them start out the second half like they started out the first half.
Ginnebacher high post to Lunt. Turned around for the back door. It wasn't there. Allensworth on the right wing. Back to Ginnebacher. Quickly reverse to the left wing where Klauser's at. Looked inside briefly. Dance now comes behind a screen. Lunt leaves. Alex realizes, let's take it back out to Klauser. Reset the outside. I'll check the lineup for McClure in a second. Ball moves too fast. Allensworth with the basketball, right side. Dance has it. 30 seconds of holding out the basketball and some good defense, and just outside the hands of Ginnebacher. Your lineup in the second half for McClure. Brandon Johnson comes back in number 0. Also Cody Finley. We got Mylan Kiles. And bringing the ball down right now, Eubanks, Demarion Eubanks. He had 9 in the first half. And rounding out that starting lineup, we already had Brandon Johnson. It was number 10 down there, Therese Williams. Raiders in a man-to-man set. Double high at the elbows for St. Louis. I put St. Louis in the McClure just for everybody in my lineup. Eubanks resetting it at the top. Actually, that was Williams. Williams is out there with the basketball. Johnson now gets to Eubanks. Right corner, Williams. Looks inside. Great defense by Lunt. Coming over the top, stand off the back, tipping it away. Raiders with an offensive set now. 35-19 is where the half was.
Good, strong
nice
move.
Turnaround move for Lunt with his left. Coach Meyer thought he might have got pushed a little bit. Eubanks all the way in. No good. Lunt comes from one end to the other, and he gets the rebound. Lunt in transition. Gets around.
Oh,
little late. And actually, Lunt was going to a 45 around the man. Made a good pass. Instead, they call it on Lunt for the offensive foul. His first, and the first for the Raiders in the third quarter. I'm double-checking that board more than ever. The challenge each night. Full court pressure, Allensworth out there with Dance. Now going against Ginnebacher. And Lunt can't get a break on his end. Johnson's going to shoot 2. Lunt's going to be whistled for his third foul and the second of the third quarter.
13-0 his third team second. Jackson Meyer in for the Raiders. At the line, Brandon Johnson.
Johnson's on the line. That's Brandon Johnson. He's going to shoot 2.
No, he made the basket, so
That's
he's
right.
gonna shoot 1.
He missed 2 a minute ago then. That was the amazing part of that. No good. I looked down there and I had 2 circles out there. I don't remember him missing 2 free throws, though. 35-21, 6 minutes left, third quarter action. MeccaSportsCo.com. Clouser comes out top to Allensworth. Allensworth right side. That's Dance. Dance with the dribble out there. Comes to the center circle. Gets to Ginnebacher, left wing Allensworth. Looking for that cut from Dance. Wasn't there. Allensworth hangs on to it. Resets to Jackson Meyer. Meyer, right side Dance. Check that Ginnebacher. 2 checks in there. Checks are in the mail. Ball is tipped away. McClure gets it. Eubanks with it. He's the scorer for them. Shot by Johnson, no good. Weak side rebound. Blocked by Ginnebacher. With the rebound was Finley, but then Finley steals it back. Gets behind the basket. That pass ain't going there. Fumble. Jackson Meyer on the floor trying to save it. It will go back over to McClure. 5:17 left in the third.
Checking in for McClure's number 5.
1 scorer only, and that was Johnson's in this quarter. I got to believe I put them circles down there for an attempted shot, not seeing the ball went in. We'll check that with you later. Eubanks right side pulls up on the short corner. Inside, pass, bounces around the iron, goes in. Therese Williams gets the score. 4 points in this half already for McClure, none for the Raiders. Raiders into their half-court set now. Man-to-man coming from McClure as well. Right side, Ginnebacher goes into Jackson Meyer. Meyer backs it in. He found Dance hanging out in the other corner. And Dance gets Johnson up in the air and then leans in a little bit, and then he got bounced back. But Dance will shoot 2 as Johnson, his third foul, and the team's first.
Smart move by Dance. Hopefully he can knock down the 2 free throws here to capitalize for the Raiders.
Dance had 5 in the first half, all in the second quarter. One of those was a 3. Tyler Bozarth coming in, Connor Young as well, Ginnebacher, Allensworth going out. Canoyer also checking in for the Raiders, giving Clouser a break. Brandon Johnson with 3 fouls has to take a seat for McClure. Or St. Clair, as I'm going to be going again. Now I sound like the St. Clair car dealer down there from years ago. I don't know if he's still got dealership or not. Oh, whoa! Meyer went up for a save, tried to go over the McClure player, and then got caught in midair and flipped over. Jackson said, not a thing for an offensive lineman for the Raiders. For Jackson Meyer. Should have been his first foul. Where did I hide him at? I don't see him. Did I leave him off the book? There's just no way. Yes, I have the extra spot down there. Nice job, Jeff. Jackson Meyer with the foul. 3 team fouls. We'll get him back in the book. I lost my pen earlier, so backdoor cut Canoyer. Canoyer strong to the hole. Jackson Canoyer with the score. So the Raiders get us on the board halfway through the third quarter. Not a lot of scoring on the third quarter. Long pass. Williams tries to go in between. They call it on Meyer. I almost thought Bozart smacked him.
Number 34, Jackson Meyer, his second team fourth. At the line.
Team fourth.
Number 10, Therese Williams.
Therese Williams will be shooting 2. I saw Jackson Canoyer in here, and right away I started thinking, did I put down the wrong name? I think once I saw Jackson, I figured I had him in the book. First free throw is no good. Early in the season, we'll make a few mistakes. Again, my finale is not to the end of the year either, so
state championship game.
We'll
go there.
Exactly. 4:01 left in the third. QND 37, McClure 23. Second free throw by Williams. It is good. Williams 1 for 2 on the charity. He's got 3.5. 37-24. Right side Canoyer, top of the key. Dance directs traffic now. Meyer and Knoyer exchanging positions. Knoyer in the high post. Comes the right side. Bozarth, long 22-footer, no good. Long rebound, Knoyer. Gets behind the backboard, but still gets it to Young in the left corner. Connor Young pulls out right in front of the basket. Little 8-footer, and he gets that touch. Hits the right side of the board, a little bit of the glass, and in through the net.
Got in the middle of the lane, a little shot fake, and nice soft touch.
Young, his first points. Offensive rebound, no good. Tyler Bozarth, though, is right there. Check see who the foul's on. And that is number 11, Martavius Miller. Martavius. Yeah, they checked him out before I had a chance. I believe he had one. There he is. One foul still on the board. Had to find him. And in the second half, full court pressure being applied by McClure. Across the timeline in the half-court set, Ginnebacher. Knoyer starts to make a drive. They do call the foul on the check and not a traveling call. Martavius Miller, his second. Three team fouls.
It's just like what came first, the chicken or the egg. Was it the foul or was it the travel?
Exactly. And luckily, the official was at a good view of that one to see the bump that caused the travel.
We had a good view of it, too. So
3:09, Coach. That's what's left in the third quarter. Ball tipped in the corner away from Knoyer, right in front of Meyer. And he's like, Coach, you're a little too close to that play. Move on down the box. So Kevin Meyer comes down to this end. Young to trigger it in. Comes out to Bozarth. Off the left side, 25 feet from the basket. Bozarth brings the dribble across to the right side. Young's there. Young drives the hole. And Young's getting hand-checked all the way down. He was ridden by Cameron Stevenson. He'll be whistled for the foul for McClure. That should be the fourth team foul. 4 on both, the last 2:58 of the third. At the line, Connor Young to shoot 2. Connor's got 2 points. It's in this quarter.
Missed the first one.
39-24. Thank you, Coach. Some of those times I look down, that's when I always need a little help. What am I talking about? Connor Young hits the second one. He's got 3 in the quarter. 40-24, Raiders with the lead. Raiders putting the pressure on a jump ball as Klauser and Ginnebacher. Both these guys have grown. You know, they're stringy, and they were right there closing in on the trap. Where? When you don't pick the ball up.
Perfect trap on the corner.
Yep.
You know, I mean, once you get over half court,
you're done.
You trap it right there, make them pick the ball up, and then put the pressure on, and good things will happen.
Right side Keys, a spin and roll. Nice little roll. Wasn't really a pick and roll. Finley rolled to the basket. Ball was thrown up there, kicked out of bounds by the Raiders. Bozarth takes a break. Jace Allensworth back in. So Ginnebacher, Klauser, Knoyer, Young, and Allensworth. Lobs inside. Martavius Miller runs back out to get it. Drives past Knoyer. Knoyer was there for the defense. In the left corner, no good. Here come the Raiders. 4 on 1 plus. Ginnebacher tips it down. Klauser saves it. But Ginnebacher went off the court and didn't get back in time. That's a lost break there when you were out 4 on 1.5.
Yeah. Once again, I would have liked to see them pull up for that little short 10-footer, you know, right there in the middle of the lane, and then have your wing guys coming in to get the rebound.
And you get what I'm saying. You've got the board coverage. If that one guy gets it on the other 3,
we were a little out of control on that last fast break.
Allensworth with a rebound. Shot was taken inside by Stevenson. Stevenson in the backcourt trying to get Allensworth. And we got to foul Stevenson. Whistled for his second foul.
We get 2 shots now? Or?
It is indeed. Unless they decided like the shot clock, it's optional. Now, I know why we missed the 1 in the first half. We had the charge. So, with an offensive player control, you do not shoot. Allensworth had 12 in the first half. First chance for Jace to score in the second half with 2:04 left. Lots of 4s and 2s and 0s on that board. Allensworth no on the first one. 40, 24, and 2:04. Does that really matter in life? No, but it's kind of one of those fun things just to look up and go, there you go. Knoyer's going to take a break. In the ball game, Bo F-Tank. Bo and Jace were neighbors back in the day. Only reason I knew that, they were my neighbor too. Second one, no good. Allensworth missed the opportunity, but fighting for the rebound, you had both Johnson and Eubanks went out of bounds. It's back to the Raiders under their own baseline. Welcome to the pit. Now, remember, they used to have up above, we'd have some cute saying each week with paper, paper all the way across, ending with the pit. Allensworth, right side to Klauser, into the right corner. Drive into corner. Ginnebacher, good job with the reverse. Came from the right corner, underneath, and scored on the left side. That's his first of the day.
Good strong drive on the baseline.
Raiders on a nice little run. They've scored the last 6 points. And a good job on the backcourt. Could be a 10 call. Bo F-Tank picks up the loose ball, though. Down to Young. F-Tank's getting out here where he can fire from three. Oh, rolled in and out. Of course, you remember his sister from last year's team, Blair F-Tank, down at Mizzou, just enjoying being a student, but still seeing Abby play ball. Addie Zanger said the other day she hasn't missed a game yet of hers. Of course, she goes back to St. Francis. Shot in and out. Young had a 360, maybe a 348 as it rolled out. McClure drives baseline. Allensworth, I thought, did a good job of going straight up, but went up, and that's the problem. Williams will go to the line to shoot two. Allensworth, his second. And, of course, we're in the double bonus either way in this quarter.
I don't know. I kind of like this 5 fouls because, we're not in the fourth quarter. Every little ticky-tack foul, shooting a 1-and-1 and then a double, slows the game down, I think.
I'll tell you what, we're finding a lot of points about it. First free throw was good. And that's, although the other night, two teams were in the same quarter fouling, like the first or the third.
Yep.
Would have been shooting the rest of the quarter a bonus and a double, but it got removed in the next quarter because we went back to 0.
I think it's going to speed the game up a little bit.
I think it might be some possibilities. And in the fourth quarter, the only thing I don't like in the fourth is lost rebound. F-Tank last grabbed it before McClure knocked it out of bounds. 0 for 2 at the charity stripe. I guess Williams did hit 1 of 2, did he? Nope. Yeah, he did. I had to head down there. I was ahead of myself, Coach. Across the timeline, Dance kicks it out in the left corner. Allensworth will let it go over his head. And with 55.5 in the third, Raiders leading 42-25.
Well, once again, Dance should have just kept taking it until they stopped him because I thought he had a little left-handed layup there that would have been very sweet.
Klauser has the basketball. Man-to-man coming out of McClure. Inside a minute in the third quarter. Aiden Ginnebacher, pass to the right corner. Klauser inside. Allensworth, turnaround. Good job by Allensworth. He gathered his feet with that little short hook. Raiders get back on defense. Putting the pressure on. McClure up, under, good. That was a nice acrobatic shot by Mr. Keys. Raiders go back to get the ball up 46-27. I guess I had to give them their points before we get any points, and actually it's 44-27. Full timeout. 22.4 left in the quarter. Raiders have done a nice job in the third quarter. Halftime was 35-19. So they've scored 9, given up 8. So I guess a pretty tight quarter.
Well, yeah, like I say, it's that 16-0 run in the first quarter, when they started the game. And they're still up by 17, 16, 15. They've maintained, the lead. I'd like to see them push it out here a little bit more and finish this game off.
I'm still waiting over here for the what night it is, since we have all the fluorescent colors. Rainbow night, fluorescent night, highlighter night. You look like a big highlighter. No matter what it is, the Raider fans are standing up, the student section, and they are behind the cheerleaders right now. They're up there kind of happy for Thanksgiving, got a good meal, saw the family, and now out here in the pit. Haven't heard any early scores yet from across town. Oh, look at that, we do. No, we won't. They still have not started. They're right about to start. We got a message 12 minutes ago, said they're about to start in 10 minutes. So we'll look for a score and try to bring it to you. Coming out of the timeout, Dance is here on the baseline, working 85 feet away. Bo F-Tank's in there, as well as Aiden Ginnebacher, Aiden Klauser, and there goes Ginnebacher, the long pass from Dance. And Aiden Ginnebacher, I don't know if the legs were there to go, but he looked like he wanted to go up to dunk the ball. Allensworth rounds out that lineup here in the fourth quarter. Or check at the end of the third quarter at 19.5. Dance will trigger a box out of bounds play. Low is Allensworth and Klauser. Klauser pops out. It goes to F-Tank. He reverses it to the other side. Ginnebacher saved it, but picking the ball up was Johnson. And Johnson with a nice leap out there, showing some athletic ability. He got a bucket. 44-29, Raiders still with the lead. 4 seconds. Going backdoor and cutting, it wasn't there. Steal, and Williams turns, put it down, and was going to go in for the layup, but he's not going to get it. The buzzer went off. So we played 3 quarters here at the pit. QND 44 and McClure 29. So we get through the third quarter, Coach. We still have a nice 15-point lead. Do you slow it down at all? Do you just continue to put pressure on to run the clock as much as possible?
Well, I think you got to do what got you here. You know what I mean? And that's putting pressure on the ball. You know, maybe not try to go so helter-skelter. Maybe pull it back out, run your sets, because when they've run their sets, they've got good looks. You know, a lot of them haven't gone in, but they've got really good looks. So I'd pull it back out, you push it when you have the opportunity, but you know, just get after it defensively and get in it and you know, put the stranglehold on them like you did in the first quarter.
We just had an author just walk by us here. Ron Kinshrift, the former radio announcer for many years for the Raiders. He'd be at the state tournament doing all 8 games in a day and now make what somebody makes with one. It was slave labor at sometimes. He just cut across the court to go over to Scott Douglas, who he used to coach for, as well as Coach Kevin Meyer. Now children books. Papa, tell me a book. I think he's up to 8 or 9 right now. I know we've got most of that in Bash's collection. Fourth quarter, 44-29, Raiders lead, and we'll get the basketball. Dance, Ginnebacher, Klauser, Allensworth, and Lunt. Jackson Meyer was in there, subbing in there, got a couple fouls. Quincy High's game's just now starting. Here's a steal by Williams. Williams being tracked down to the corner, and Dance got a little elbow there, didn't deserve that. Little love tap. Second foul, first one of the quarter, and it goes against the Raiders. Box out of bounds play from McClure. Williams with the basketball, looking to go in, tries to go up, over, and it goes off the hands of Martavius and to Lunt, but then nobody tells Lunt somebody's behind him. Luckily, he picks up the loose ball. I think he might have double dribbled even. Around the left corner, Klauser drives baseline. Boy, had a good move, but Martavius Miller had a better block, partial block. In transition, Eubanks. Eubanks, the runner, knew that was coming. Hangs on the rim, and then just as it comes off the rim, Brandon Johnson gets it and takes it right back up.
Down to a 13-point game with 7 minutes to go. This game ain't over with yet.
Is it okay to say until the fat lady sings, or is that just a, can I say if not till the fat lady sings, or is that not allowed too these days? And is that more like a baseball term, you think? Foul was against McClure, trying to check who they had the foul on. They just subbed out who the fourth foul was on. So looking down, I have only one choice, and that's Brandon Johnson. Raiders in the half-court set. Pulling it up from 3 off the left side. Aiden Ginnebacher misses, long rebound. And Eubanks had it. Eubanks lost the handle on it. Ball's on the floor. Ginnebacher picks it up and gets it to Klauser for Notre Dame. Aiden Klauser across the timeline. Backed it in. Lunt on the right side will come back to the top where Aiden Ginnebacher is.
All right, let's set it up and get a good, run a good set, get a good shot.
Reach-in foul on Keon Keys. It'll be his second foul. Second team foul in the fourth quarter. 6:46 left. Stick around for the post-game show. We'll hopefully get to Kevin Meyer. And we got STEM in here tomorrow night. We'll get some scores from that as the girls will play Highland, Illinois. We get another foul slapped down hard, was it?
Number 1.
Keys, his third foul. Team's third. Keys is going to take a seat. I think down here he might have been the one that chucked on Dance, and it was time to go, hey, you're playing hard, but get over here and sit down a little bit. Far side, Dance to trigger it. Out high to Allensworth. Allensworth brings it in, goes all the way to the hole. Finger roll. Oh, and came out with that extra roll. Coach almost said dunk it. Williams falling to the floor, throws it off the glass. Klauser tips it to Allensworth. Nobody is aware of the guy behind him. Left side, Eubanks flying by. It was Lunt. Allensworth left without the ball. He goes inside. And we had two guys on top of Dance's back. Well, we had one on his back, and that was Stevenson. But flying down the lane, jumping over, was Martavius Miller.
Kind of a helter-skelter, back and forth there for the last two possessions for the Raiders.
Had a couple of those times during the game as well. Second quarter seemed to have some of that. 4 on the perimeter. Ginnebacher starts to drive. We got something on the weak side.
Number 10, Terrence Williams. This is third, team fourth.
Terrence Williams, his third. Team's fourth in the last quarter here. So next foul, Raiders will be shooting a double bonus the rest of the way out. We'll see how this plays out in this game. 6 minutes left. Dance pulls up for 3. Oh, rattles in and out. We've had him spin in and out. We've had him rattle in and out. But we've had some good shots, us being the Raiders. Eubanks in transition. Into the left corner. Almost stepping out of bounds was Finley. Finley's got his dribble, but Lunt's all over him. Eubanks will set it up high between the circles. Williams with the basketball for McClure. Crossover. Still on the right side with Ginnebacher guarding him. Tries to go through 2 Raiders. Raiders didn't pinch down enough and gave him a seam. So once he got up in the air, it's going to be a foul.
Number 2,
That's one thing about McClure. They're very active attacking the glass, especially on the offensive end.
Aiden Ginnebacher has played a great game, and that was his first foul. 2 on the Raiders in this quarter. 4 on the other side for McClure. Aiden Ginnebacher gets a break. In the ballgame, Connor Young. So you've got Dance and Young at the guards. Allensworth along with Lunt and Klauser rounding out the lineup. Raiders put 4 in the paint. One more shot from Williams. And just over the front of the rim. Williams gets 1 of 2. 44-32. Young kicks it in the corner, but it's tipped away to the wing. Here comes Johnson. Johnson up and good. Johnson puts on another gear when he goes to the basket, and he knows he's going up and strong.
10-point game now, 5 minutes to go.
Young, our Dance coming all the way in. Count the basket. Young went in strong, got the bump from Finley, and we've got an and 1 situation. That's what you like about your guards.
Good strong move by Dance.
His second at the line, Alex Dance.
Have the and 1, Alex Dance. Yeah, I love the contact, and he went all the way and put it up on the board.
Yep.
We talked so many times about if somebody doesn't stop you, the only other way we do that is we stop early and take the pull-up.
Yep.
That short mid-range. 5-12. No 3-point play, but Klauser gets the rebound. Let's make it possibly a 4 or 5-point play.
Young will say set it up, get a good shot, run a good play.
Coach heard you. He called it.
Coach Meyer calls a timeout.
On your cue with a full timeout with 5:05 left, 46-34, Raiders with the lead.
Big possession here. They've gotten it down to 10, haven't gotten it to single digits yet, but, this is the point where we get a good shot. We get a 2 or 3 or, 3 going to the hole hard like we have so many times tonight. And, take this from a 12 up to a 15-point lead back where we started, in the first quarter.
Now I'm so much into songs these days. I got back where we started. I'm trying to think, do it again. I'll get it before you're all out there. I just got somebody calling in to be a sponsor now. And if Wellman will stop singing, we'll sponsor you the rest of the year.
Well, that ain't going to happen, so we got a problem here.
So, folks, you're going to get the singing whether you like it or not. Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit, Mecca Sports out here. Holiday weekend, Thanksgiving. Then on both sides, tomorrow's unique because we will be at a 2 o'clock game in the Quincy High gym as the Quincy High Blue Devil girls will take on Althoff
Althoff Catholic.
You got it. I know.
Belleville, I call it Belleville Althoff, but you know.
And I want to, and I've now decided, Alleman Catholic, Althoff Catholic, we're going to do what the schools have asked for. So now they're bringing back Williams because he wasn't sitting there before the timeout, and so Williams will have to play for another few seconds. Dancer in the backcourt with the basketball for the Raiders. Williams says, all right, I'm going to foul somebody then, or play tenaciously. In the high post at the elbow, turn around, go to the basket, finger roll. Noah Lunt, his first, but that was a nice shot.
Great seal up at the elbow, and then he caught it and took it to the hole hard.
That stopped that 9-point run by McClure, too. The Raiders led 44-25 before the 9-point run that left the third quarter and ended up in the fourth quarter. Checking the lineup there, we had that sub. Didn't affect us. Connor Young still in there with Dance. Still got Lunt, Klauser, and Allensworth. From the right corner, Brandon Johnson gets up in the air, the defense, and then a nice step through that Euro shot that they do. Johnson was 6 in this quarter, 4 in the third for 10, and they're all in the second half. 48-36. Raiders leading. Foul against McClure. Connor Young will shoot 2. Yeah, Coach, the only time I'm not going to like this rule is when it comes time for the fourth quarter and you're trying to foul guys that are bad free throw shooters or anybody to miss the first of a 1-and-1. We will never have that again. It'll be 2 shots no matter what. So in some regards, you've loosened up the guy shooting now who doesn't have a lot of pressure on him. Young connects on 2 out of 2. Good job out there by Connor Young off the bench. Almost stolen by Jackson Meyer. Playing the defensive role. Got the little ponytail. I don't know what he called it when it's on top, and it's just a little tail, you know. Tadpole. There you go. What do you be when you grow up? And here we were worried about hair touching our ear. It was like, no, it will not be if you're playing basketball for me, then you'll have it up high. Approaching 4 minutes. Young doing some great job on defense on Williams. They're going to call Young this time. Coach Meyer, I agree with him on that. They did such a good job of just hounding him without fouling. For Young, it's his second foul. For the Raiders, it was their third. I'm going to double check up top each time. Ball inbounded, Johnson on the right wing. He's got Lunt guarding him. Crossover, now he tries to get him up. This time Lunt stays down. And Meyer did a great job of coming over and helping out.
And sealing off, definitely.
He was ready to take the charge. I could see it, but the ball got knocked away. Young pops it in the left corner. Lunt out to the left wing. Bozarth, good from 3. Good ball movement. Tyler Bozarth connects on the tray. 51-36. Jackson Meyer, a strong rebound. Hands it off to Connor Young, and then Young is fouled immediately from behind. I believe it was Finley.
Number 22.
One more up. Mylan Kyles called on the foul.
Connor Young.
2, and fouls on it. Connor Young now back to the line. He's 3 out of the last 4. Wears number 12. And he uses every part of the rim to get that first one. A real soft shot.
Now's the time where the Raiders have to take care of the basketball, pull it out, be patient. Let McClure come out and try to put pressure on, go back door, shoot layups and or free throws. Last 3:39 of this game.
Raiders putting on some passive action out there, 3-quarter court. Williams in the backcourt. Raiders just being passive and letting the clock run on the way down. We've got Kyles again on the side, right wing. Bozarth guarding him. Nice pull up from 12 feet. Rolls in and out. Lunt with a good rebound. Secures. Out to Dance.
Nice job of boxing out.
Dance to Allensworth. Allensworth had a backdoor cut possibly for Bozarth. It went away. Approaching 3 minutes left. Dance doing a great job of really working his dribble and protecting the body. Kyles is going to foul his third foul. His fourth foul.
At the line, Alex Dance for 2.
Shooting 2 will be Alex Dance. I believe the one guy who was the one guy that played all the CYO sports and he's the coach's son, and I miss him in my book. That's too funny.
Well, we'll see Coach Dance tomorrow at 2 p.m. over at, Quincy High Gymnasium 2, I guess you'd have to
I'm
say.
looking out there. We really haven't looked for him tonight. You know, we see all of our guys over here to the left.
Against Althoff Catholic.
Join us. Dance misses 2, surprisingly. Rebound with 3 minutes. Martavius Miller, and Martavius got checked. Canoyer on the foul. His first. Team fourth. Thank you very much there, Tom Vanderboer. Hall of Fame Tom Vanderboer tomorrow night. You know, I did not get a chance in that halftime. We were listening to the band and watching the pom-pom squad to talk about those who are going into the Hall of Fame. So as we get into the post-game show, before we get Coach Meyer, we break it all down, we'll let you know who's going in. Miller, no good on the shot, takes his own rebound as it went off the glass and came right back out to him. Canoyer got the next rebound. 3 on the defense back here. Bozarth has it knocked away. Here's Miller. Stops. 8 foot. Horrible looking shot. What's he do? He hustles and gets it. He's on the baseline, and he got checked by Canoyer. For Canoyer, it'd be his second foul.
Notre Dame foul, number 40, Jackson Canoyer, his second team.
5 fouls, so 2 shots coming out of Martavius Miller. You know, Miller's been a heck of a player, but he's only scored 2 points tonight. Plays some good defense.
He's been very active on both ends of the court.
Missed his first free throw of the night. Jackson Meyer gets the head on. Clouser comes back in. 2:35 left in this one. Miller, 1 shot. Low is Canoyer and Clouser screening out. Canoyer just got blown right away there. Shot was good by Miller. And that stopped another little run by the Raiders of 7 points. They're getting a nice few of these runs to build up that lead. And they're just in short spurts right there. We went from 48 to 55. Had a couple other little ones, but to start the game was the big one, 16 points by the QND Raiders. Triggering the long lob. Clouser wasn't going to be able to dunk that. He did save the ball. That's a tough pass and tough catch. All the way down, no good. Shot, rebounded inside. Knocked away up from Brandon Johnson. It will be McClure basketball. Eubanks comes back in the ball game. Miller's still in there along with Johnson, Finley, and Kyles. Nope, Kyles went out. Williams stayed in. Box out of bounds play out of McClure. Brandon Johnson has it. Clouser on him. Tries to back him in. And he does, and dunks it over him. That was a pretty good little shot. Johnson's doing all the scoring in the second half. 55-39. 2 minutes left, the 2-minute warning. Little shuffle there by Bozarth. Wasn't caught. Dance takes it in, back out. Left side Bozarth was trying to draw Johnson in for a little backdoor cut from Clouser, but it didn't happen. Inside Canoyer. Canoyer used the left, and inside there, Jace Allensworth with the tip. Boy, Jace is a sophomore, and you got F-Tank back there too and a couple of the other ones. Good-looking young team.
Yes.
Johnson driving baseline. Reaches back, couldn't get the shot off. It was very acrobatic. Coming down with the rebound was Dance, and following him was Cody Finley. His third. And past the 5, so we're going to go all the other way for 2 shots. Now in this case, fourth quarter, if you hadn't fouled and you start fouling, you'll get to 5 before you'll get to 7.
Yep.
That's common math.
Yep.
Prove me wrong out there. How to get to 7 without going by 5. Dance at the line again. Dance missed the last 3. I missed the 3-point play and then missed 2 right after that, but he's a good free throw shooter. And wholesale substitutions coming in.
I think the Raiders are going to win a lot more games at the free throw line this year than lose them.
I would agree.
I mean, you've got a lot of kids that got some nice strokes, you know, at from 15 foot away.
So Dance stays in the ball game, although he's going to be sub 4 after he makes that free throw. So Dance will take a seat. 4 in the quarter, 9 in the ball game. 59-39. Raiders backing off defense. 90 seconds left and counting. Bozarth on defense out there. Young, F-Tank, Canoyer, and our new player, number 42.
Dolman.
Yes, thank you, Gavin Dolman. Foul taken, so we're going to walk the other way, and does Dolman get to go down and shoot? Yes, he does.
Another one of the 4 sophomores on the Raiders, roster here.
I think that's the last of my CYO kids. Those guys would have probably been second grade, fourth graders, I think. Aiden Klauser, or Genenbacher, we needed a fifth player one game. And his little brother was a first grader, maybe a kindergartner. We allowed him to play. That smile was so big on his face. And I just saw him last year in Keokuk when we were up there. Still had that smile on his face. Good stuff. Dolman with one more. Got it. Dolman in the scoring column. And the Raiders hit 60. 60-39. That was strange, too. Did they actually have a 5-second call? Or was it a sub? And they were waiting for the sub to come in. Canoyer gets to take a break. Canoyer came in. Jackson got 7 points. Some contributing off the bench. And dropping back. Coach says, hey, let's move this on back. John Dom joins the lineup for the Raiders. Also into the lineup for the first time tonight, Joe Warning. And I remember Joe playing in our leagues as well. Driving to the hole. Good help, but a good move to the basket in Kyles. McClure with the score. 60-41 inside a minute. Looked like Jackson Pyatt also into the ball game. Pyatt has the ball right now. Knocked in the back court. Got to get after it, Jackson. You got 2 guys after it behind you. In for the layup and out for the layup. I'd say a jump ball. Good job there, Mr. Graw. Had a bunch of hands on it, and before that ball pops out and everybody starts falling down, you got 39 seconds. So Raiders will have STEM tomorrow night, but before that, we'll have the girls against Highland. In between that, the Hall of Fame stuff, which we will get to in the postgame. See, I told you, Coach, I'd get there eventually. Oh, turns around and looks for somebody to get rid of the ball. Gunther, and coming to get the basketball and taking a good drive to the basket was Keys. Raiders with a rebound. 25 seconds left. Dom across the sideline. He's going sideline now, across the timeline. Gavin Dolman will dribble outside, a place where he probably doesn't spend much time dribbling at the top of the key. We're down to 10 seconds and counting. Hear the crowd at the pit, pretty excited about a great night and a great day for the Raiders teams. The Raiders will go 4-0 on the day. Your final score, the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders 60, McClure 41. I'm going to turn it over to the band right now while we fix our numbers, and Coach Pettit and I will be here on the flip side for the post game, breaking this game down. Also getting a chance to talk about some of the things happening, including the Hall of Fame tomorrow night. Our final score here, QND 60, McClure 41. Enjoy the band, and we'll be right back. And the band is done rocking now as we're in the post-game show of mechasportsco.com. Raiders win this one, first one of the season, 60-41. Raiders took off the first 16 points of the game, gave up the next 6 to end the first quarter, leading 16-6. At halftime, Raiders have built up a 35-19 lead. So 16-point lead right there, and then turn around the third quarter, leaving that at 44-29, only 15.
15, yeah.
But then you get the fourth quarter, a couple little runs early, middle, late, and the Raiders pull it out 60-41 for the 19-point victory.
Well, they did a good job finishing the game off, which we were, looking for them to do early on. But, the fourth quarter, they came out and workmanlike job, defensively, hitting the glass and finished the game off.
Yeah, and really on the other side, early in the ball game, first half, Demarion Eubanks was the key for McClure. In the third and fourth quarter, Brandon Johnson took it over, including a dunk out there, and he'd get 12 points in the ball game. All right, I'm going to give you the score unofficially because I'm missing 2 points in the first quarter and 3 in the second quarter. I'll find that out if Mrs. Cash is still around there. In fact, actually, when I get through the scoring, I'll text her real quick and see if she'll send that up to me. For the Raiders, unofficially, Jace Allensworth had 16 points, 9 points from Alex Dance, 7 from Aiden Klauser, also 7 from Jackson Canoyer off the bench, 6 from Connor Young. We drop down to 5 points from Tyler Bozarth, and wrap it up with a few deuces. We've got Aiden Ginnebacher with 2, Noah Lunt with 2, and a single point was Gavin Dolman in that last free throw out there in the ball game, but not scoring. Jackson Meyer did a nice job out there. Late was Jackson Pyatt, Joe Warning, John Dom, and we might have nailed everybody right there. Oh, Bo F-Tank was also in, did not score. And that rounds out your scoring for the Raiders. They have 60. I'll find another 5 points before you know it. On the other side, for McClure, who'll fall to 0-1, Braden Johnson came late with 12 points. 7 points from Demarion Eubanks, 5 from both Therese Williams and also from Mylan Kiles, and a 3 from both Cody Findlay and also from Martavius Miller, and that is 41 on McClure. So a full day here, victories all the way across the board. What's your thoughts there, Coach?
Well, I tell you what, I look at the QND squad, and very deep, very athletic. You don't lose a whole lot when you go 1 through 9, 1 through 10. Love what I saw out there with the effort on the defensive end tonight. Offensively, got a little sloppy at times, but overall ran our sets, had a lot of good spacing, a lot of good cuts. A very good, first game for the QND Raiders tonight.
And, Coach, I'm just shooting down a message there to Mrs. Cash to send me up so I can find my missing points there. As we'll give a thank you to her. And, of course, her husband this year at Quincy High. So he's got to work at Quincy High. With that, let's dial it up and see if we can't find out how Quincy High's doing tonight. Our reporter over there, Quincy High up 21-16 after the first quarter, playing Tinley Park tonight. Also, here's a shot from Tom Mecklenburg. Wes Hancock down at the half, and I'm going to double check what it was. They were down 34-20 against Illini Bluffs. Came back and win 64-62.
Ooh.
So congratulations up there. Of course, Illini Bluffs probably is not real happy with their performance in that one.
Well, a great comeback win there for Wes Hancock.
Congratulations to them. We'll be seeing them later in the season. I don't think we catch them, though. I think it's a night in the last week of the season where we hit Keokuk or Rock Island, maybe. Is that the last one, Quincy High, I think? Maybe the last game. I know here I am, first week of the season. I'm talking about the end of the year already. Coach Pettit said, really, let's not get too big a hurry. This is going to be a lot of fun. All righty, here I'm going to have to double pop our Phantom Power. And there's Carol Sparrow. Of course, she's going to watch tomorrow night as John Sparrow, her son, goes into the Hall of Fame. So segue into the Hall of Fame. We'll pull out the brochure. And Carol must have been working a little bit here, too. Carol, congratulations, Johnny. As his mom takes the true credit for what John did in his life. Thank your mom first, John.
Well, yeah.
Thank your mom first. So Rachel Powers, Stuckman, she won the state tournament 1 year in golf. Her sister ahead of her won 2 state titles. She's already in the Hall of Fame. And she married Ryan Stuckman. Of course, Ryan covered basketball for us. He had his own career as well over to John Wood and then out to Quincy University. So, again, we just mentioned that. They have their daughter Madeline as well, and she's an activity therapist at the Illinois Veterans Home. Our second one in our quality characters, Jack Cornell. I think he played a little football, as I mentioned the other night, lineman. Played a little bit of Illinois. Out-ate everybody at one of the first Rose Bowls, and it was Fear the Beard right from there. Jack's going in, and, of course, Jack's had a great career coaching here as well. Jack took a team that was 4-5 into the first round of the playoffs. They ended up winning, beating the number 1 seed in the first round, Arthur. And his wife, of course, he's a health teacher here, by the way, and PE teacher. He and his wife, Lauren, have a son, Troy, which has just been in the last year or so. Jordan Ferris Kvitli. Familiar names at both sides of town. Jordan Ferris, just one of the most decorated athletes we had here. She definitely had a run of 3 state titles, went to Mizzou, and actually went and played some overseas professional basketball. But Jordan is back. She married Martin Kvitli. And they live in Quincy with their daughter, Charlie. She's pregnant with the second daughter there, too. So you get your update. Should be in April. Interior designer of Bodine White, a firm out of Columbia, Missouri. Probably had that contact while she was down there playing for Mizzou. Abby Schreck down there playing now for Mizzou. John Sparrow was the receiver here at Notre Dame. He also went on to college and then played arena football for a few seasons. Him and his wife Jamie have 3 kids, Brooklyn, Tuscany, and Langston. He's a teacher in the VIBE program in the Burlington Community Program. You heard us talking about Tom Vanderboer earlier tonight. Vanderboer goes under the service category. Bill Cannell selling cell phones now. Actually, a student left it there. Tom has been here on the table. He's the announcer for both football and basketball. Tom coached. He was a teacher with St. Peter's, also a teacher. He was also at St. Peter's. All right, Coach. He was also at St. Dominic's as a principal in his day. He's been coaching the Crusaders, and I believe right now he's got the 7th grade Crusader team. Actually, Coach Cannell thought Coach Pettit was coming out there walking towards him. And he goes, I thought for sure the first movement my way would be somebody. And rounding it out, the 2004 football team that went to the semifinals, lost to Coal City. In that one, a great team out there on that one. Andrew and Philip Smith, my nephews, are on that. They were, I believe, a senior and a junior that year. Because the next year I believe it was Muhammad Seymour who we ran into. So congratulations to all of those in the Hall of Fame. That'll be tomorrow night between the games here at Notre Dame. So if you're out there, if you're at Quincy High, you'll be checking out their 3. I know one was a track star and 2 of them were golfers, Chris Connell and Tony Carnival. So congratulations out there. We'll be able to talk about that on the other end of town. Thank you, Mrs. Cash, as she fired out the book for me to try to figure out where my extra couple points were. I'm going to do that while we're sitting here waiting for Coach Pettit to return and Coach Meyer to come down and talk to us. Coach is up there with Eric Irvin right now with the Raider Network. We wish him the best. He's out there with all the Raider games and Lady Raider games this season. And we'll be there right alongside him as well. We are set up for a full 15 plus of each the Raiders and the Lady Raiders on the season. I don't have the band anymore to fire up behind me here while I count these numbers. Have some patience here, folks. I want to get it correct for what we're calling out here. Yeah, 9 points for Alex Dance. That's right. Talking off the top of my head. Klaus was 7, so 2, 9, 7. All right, we missed one by Young. So there's a point by Young. And we drop down a little farther out here. 2, 0, 16. Where's Allensworth 16? Well, Jace ain't even in there. I'll double check that. Carter Miller was not in the lineup tonight. I'm not sure if he's sick or hurt. Oh, there's Jace at the bottom here. Jace with 18 points on the night, so I'm glad I did not mark that. Jace at 18. We had that one we found up there a little earlier. And we got a solo 2 down here, I think, by Jackson Meyer, which I did not have Jackson in that lineup. So there's a couple of my points as well. So now that I've talked that one through to everybody out there, if you're out and about tomorrow night here at the pit, the QND Raiders will have STEM. Right before that, the QND Lady Raiders will be taking on Highland, Illinois. On the other side of town, 2 o'clock tomorrow, folks, Quincy High Blue Devil Girls will take on Althoff Catholic. We're here tonight, and that will be a 2 o'clock start. We should go on the air about 1:45 or so, and then we'll travel across campus from one side to Baldwin Gymnasium, better known as Blue Devil Gymnasium. Thank you, Rob Groves. And that game will be set up at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and probably a pregame, although we will have the Hall of Fame stuff out at Quincy High. But they seem to get through it pretty fast now that they've learned, what you got to do with that. Now, I know Bruce Thursday would like that to go a little faster on the football field. It seems like that game always starts an hour late. But Raiders with a 60-41 win of 19 points. Coach Pettit has returned there. And, Coach, first night of seeing the Raiders, as the first night for me to see the Raiders, what'd you think?
Young, athletic. You've got a lot of length out there. With Lunt and Genenbacher and, Myers is, a anchor, in the middle. I mean, they try to drive on him. They're not going to get through him. No ifs, ands, or buts. Very good game tonight. Very good game. First game, against the athletic St. Louis McClure team that was pretty physical. So, I mean, they came out, start the game, 16-0 run, and basically they got down to 10, but it was 14-18 the whole night, and they maintained and ended up coming out with the W tonight.
So glad to be in the pit. We saw young Jake Hoyt, the last of the crew up here to our left, former players as well as the Hoyt family and the Sheffields and KJ Brinkman as well. He comes down to the floor to kind of look around to some of the friends. Of course, he's at Illinois College playing basketball. We've got
over in Jacksonville. What a beautiful facility. I brought a couple of teams down there to play in summer shootouts. So.
And it did. When they built that,
gorgeous.
It was. Football field, I don't know if they went turf. I haven't been on it. I played on it against Travis Wilson, and Jay Wessler from Triopia was a stud, and he would follow Travis Wilson. And I understood why when Travis played fast pitch softball against me the first time, popped up with an elbow right near my face. Of course, I was jumping over him. Tried to reconnect. We missed each other right before the Notre Dame Arthur game. And where does Travis live? Arthur. He was an administrator over there, retired. So I thought, let's give him a few weeks to settle down over that loss, and then we'll contact him again. So yes, tomorrow we'll be busy over at Quincy High, and then next week on Monday, we're back out here at the pit. I'm glad I said that because I almost pulled my power and everything from here. And I believe on Monday, I'm going to have to double-check the schedule there because I've got 70 games listed that we've got scheduled all in my head against Western. So on Monday, Mecca Sports will be QND right here. The Lady Raiders will take on Western. Boy, Western doesn't really want to get this buzzsaw right now. But when are you going to pick them up?
When do you want them? Hey, you know what I mean? When do you want them? It's you got them on the schedule. To be honest with you, you're probably going to have to go through them, in order to get to where you want to be. So, learning experience early in the season.
Well, not anymore because now the Raiders are 3A.
Okay.
Western will be definitely 1A.
Okay.
Maybe 2A if they combine down there. I'm not sure who they combine with anymore, but it seemed like at one time they did. So then on Thursday, we wait until Thursday. The Quincy High girls will play Geneseo. Now, throughout the season, they've got it set in the Western Big Six where if the girls go somewhere early in the week, the boys follow there. Except like last year, they did a flip-flop on the Geneseo game.
Yep.
This year the same way. Boys will go up there because they come back on the Friday of the Quincy High shootout.
Yep.
So QHS will have Geneseo on that Thursday night. Then on Friday, Quincy Notre Dame home against Sacred Heart. We'll be here for that. And then on Saturday, we go out Quincy High girls against Sterling at a 1:30. Hop in the car and we drive to Macomb and pick up the QND Raiders. So we'll have a Friday, Saturday next week of the QND Raiders. I'm trying to think what game we're missing. But Kevin Meyer's coming down here, so we'll get a chance to catch him. I got to channel my phantom power out here. Coach Meyer, the big win out there. Congratulations. Hey, now, Coach, we've had the broken headphone before. Now yours, and you might want to pull it a little farther away, that's got the phantom power that jacks it up so that last night Coach Douglas sounded awful loud, but I would be loud tonight after a game like that. Oh, you know what? I forgot to turn your headphones up.
There we go. I got you.
You got full time. Hey, we got 3 headsets at work, baby. I know we joked about that over the radio years, and I like being here where Hal Barton, Mel Tappy, and all those guys were at. Well, coming out of the first game, you put the first 16 points out there, and defensively looked so impressive in that first quarter. Really like this team. It's young. We weren't sure where we were at, losing those 7-8 seniors and a good group of seniors, too.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about that. We've been talking about that all summer, about the high-quality guys that we graduated, and love those guys. Love them. There's a few of them here tonight. It was fun to see those guys come back and support, their brothers. But we talked about we still have new roles, but we have high expectations, and I thought the guys answered that pretty well. There's a lot of nerves, coming out for a lot of those guys. First start. Aiden was the only guy that had any starts last year, Aiden Klauser. So 4 new starters, new rotation, new guys, new roles. But I thought they went out and defended as a group. I thought they did a lot of really good things early on. McClure did a really good job, I thought, in the second half especially, of getting after us. They put a ton of pressure on us, and that caused us some turnovers. But I thought that was our inexperience as well. Knowing there's a trap coming, there's some physicality coming. Hold on to it. Find your ball handler. Find the guy that is our good free throw shooters, and go from that route. So things that we can get better at. It's early. I mean, it's November, so you don't want to be playing your best right now. Gosh, that's a bad blueprint. But I really like what this group did tonight. Really proud of them. Yeah, you set the bar up too high, too early each week, but that's what we really want. Yeah. Both with the defense we play and these new guys. First night, I was really impressed with so many of what they did. I mean, Dan's controlling the offense out there at first. Allensworth throughout the game. He was like Lauren Hummel from the first game. Lauren was everywhere, and she didn't score early. Jason, on the other end, did score. Yeah, exactly. Which is really good. I thought that got him going. Again, as a sophomore, you step out there, first varsity start. We're asking a lot of things out of him. We want him to defend. We want him to play really, really good defense, get some boards, and score. And I thought, that he started off early, got us going. That 3 in transition, I thought, was big for him and really loosened him up. Just catch and let it go. He had 2 or 3. I thought we had 4 or 5 threes that were just down and came back out. Yeah. This is a team that can shoot it, and I thought that they were good. Other than 15 feet, we weren't good from the free throw line tonight, but we'll get better there as well.
Well, and we sat there and watched them shooting the free throws. It's like, oh my goodness, you're going to win more games at the free throw line than you are going to lose them.
I'd rather get it out of our system now. Yeah. And again, just keep getting better at it, as opposed to you go out here and you go 18. I mean, gosh, yeah, we'd love to be 18 for 20 tonight. We weren't. So something we can talk about. We weren't perfect tonight. We won. We played a really good team. We played a really athletic team. Held a good team to 41 points. We want to be a defensive team, and I thought they did a good job of that tonight. They swarmed around like crazy. McClure did it back to us, but I thought, there were some really good things out there. Really proud of them.
I liked how deep you went. 8, 9, 10 deep. And you're not losing anything, from your first 5.
We're different. I think we can throw a bunch of different guys out there. Connor can come in for Alex and keep us going at the point guard. I tease about Jackson and Jackson coming in and giving us some beef. Those guys can get out there and bang around. No, that doesn't mean that Noah and Aiden don't. They're just, they bring something to the table. Every one of those 4s and 5s brings something different to the table, so I can mix and match and do some crazy things with them. Right now, I thought that those 2 guys did a good job playing well together to start, and then bringing Jackson gave us some energy and some physicality off the bench. Really proud of Ty. Ty's a guy that I think everybody looks at and says Ty Bozar's shooter. I thought he did a heck of a job tonight. He got a great 3 out of it, but I thought he defended well. He's got to be a player. He can't be just a shooter.
And that's where the role his brother kind of fell in there at some time, where when he got in, he kind of was a shooter. And we lost some roles sometimes for him because
Yeah.
the guys that were in there were doing their job,
Yeah.
and so we didn't need him at the time. So
Now, I think this group we've talked about, we want to play fast. Coach called a timeout there in the first quarter that dinged our rotation. We were ready to go. We had a group going, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. You call the timeout, you buy a few more minutes as starters, but with the experience or lack of experience that we have, it would have been nice to get them going right while we're in the middle of that run. Well, that was fine, but again, just trying to build off that. We want to play fast. We want to play high tempo, and you see, there's a chance, I don't know, it doesn't happen every single night, but there's a chance you get 12 deep with this group. I think enough about these guys, and I love this group, that we can do that and be very, very interchangeable.
Well, and I remember a lot of these kids, Aiden Gittenbacher, one, and those kids coming, and Jackson in the CYO. This is our last of our CYO kids from that youth program.
Yeah.
And seeing those out there, I hear Joe Warning's name, and I went, wait a minute, Joe was one of those guys running the court back then, and that.
Yeah.
And so such athleticism. And Klauser, and it looks like Gittenbacher got a little taller.
They did, both of them. I think between them and Jackson, I think we're about 6'4" across the board with those 4 guys. One of the guys is going to be he's going to be his biggest darn critic tonight is AG. I thought he played really well. I thought he was going to get that dunk when we ran that set to him. He got fouled and went to the free throw line. But he's going to be his biggest critic. I thought he was phenomenal tonight, and he's going to look at it and say, well, I didn't do this and this and this. And that's what, again, when you can look in the mirror and say, I wasn't at my best. We won. I'll get better. He's the kind of kid like that. And keep an eye on him. I think he's gonna have a big year for us.
I got a little secret here. Of course, we put it out there. I got my book already from a couple days ago, and I look out there, and the guy that I looked for, and when I missed for a foul, I go, oh no, don't let him know I missed him in the book. He's gonna hit me, and that's your son. And I go, so I'm watching out in high V to make sure he doesn't walk me upside the head. But you know what I like about him now? He's always had that emotion, and the emotion has been as a young kid, bleeding the blue and gold, being a coach with you all those years. We get to the freshman year, learning to hold that emotion.
Yeah.
And tonight, I never even saw just a moment of, I'm mad. And if he can play that way with his strength, well, I know you saw it over there.
Bench, and I've told these guys, and he's one of them. I've said, listen, you got a chance to be one of 3 roles. You can coach, you can play, or you can officiate. Pick one, and I'm only going to give you that choice. And he came off, and he said I did. I'm like, make your choice. And yes, sir, and he went. But again, some of that's maturity. Some of that's, I give a ton of that to Jack and football. The discipline and what Jack Cornell has done for him. I can't say thank you enough to him and what he has done for my kid and him and Mo. When you get to senior year, it gets a little emotional. Like tonight's our last first. I don't know, but. This is a fun group. I'm looking forward to coaching these guys.
And tomorrow night you'll have a chance to thank Jack Cornell as he goes into our Hall of Fame.
Hall of
and
Famer.
Great job. I love the man. He's I stay in contact every week during the season, and it's fun to watch. But I can't believe those guys are already here. But we got a whole senior year and a whole basketball season, and then you'll worry about all those emotions.
That's exactly right.
Hey, Coach, it's wonderful. We start out 1-0. It's great to be back in here a little bit more as we know what happened at the end of last season. And it's so much fun, and we'll be here following you everywhere we can.
We just appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, and that's Coach Kevin Meyer. We appreciate him in the post game. His comments are brought to you by somebody new this year, and that's whoops, you don't drop down that one. And that is okay, I see how that one works now.
Okay.
Yeah, it has a little power
Little
up there.
play toys.
It's that phantom power, and you got to make sure you kick that baby off. But it is so great to see these guys and how well they played. And as a young group coming up the way.
Canoyer was big tonight. Allensworth. This group of sophomores, very, very good.
And I forgot that point that I kind of went with the headset. Our coaches' comments are always brought to you by Kunis Auto Group, and that's Kunis Honda, Kunis Hyundai, Faith Family, and Giving Back. We appreciate their support, and we keep teasing about, what's to come. It's only been a week or two away, so hang in there. You'll know right away when you see it. So, Coach Pettit, good weekend, but we got another doubleheader tomorrow.
We got 2 more tomorrow.
And
we're going to see Althoff Catholic tomorrow for a second time against the Lady Blue Devils. And then, tomorrow night, hopefully the Blue Devils can take care of business tonight, and they'll be playing for a championship tomorrow night against Springfield Landfair.
It looks that way as well because I'm getting the shot from across town. That Devils up 38-19 at half, so they're doubling up Tinley Park.
Okay.
So look forward to that. And we'll look forward to you joining us all season long, megasportsco.com. Go to the website, check stuff out. If you'd like
I tell you what, go to the YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe there. Make sure you like us. Make sure you click the bell button. That's what my wife said, and you will get. They will let you know. When we're going to be on the air and what games we're going to be going at.
Isn't that a different bell that she rings to get you to come
I don't
running?
know. Hey, it's one of the Pavlov's dogs. One of those things.
Oh, I appreciate it. Well, hey, a lot of fun tonight, Coach. Let's look forward to tomorrow night as we head across town.
Well, tomorrow afternoon and then tomorrow night.
Yeah, exactly. But the final here for the final game of today, where the Raiders go 4-0, the QND Raiders 60, McClure 41, and you've been listening to Raider Basketball right here on megasportsco.com. Good night, everyone. He forgot that the transfer from GEM continues on when it said lifetime broadcasting, and especially after the year you go in the Hall of Fame.